one that can stand and sit on by yourself. People have many ways of looking at why somebody can stand and don't want to give credit. Why? It's not even giving credit, it's having an understanding. Wow, this person, or it is a type of being, or a person that can understand lots of things. Don't have to know everything. I don't. Do we need to be perfect? I don't know what is perfect. If the Lord said we are perfect, why do we say our flaws? It doesn't make sense because we do some things or we don't all the time make the right choices. That's not us being a mistake and saying, well, because I make flaws, we supposed to. Those are our learning ground in your own life. You are your own lesson. You have to find out which part of you that need to learn your own lesson. If you learn in the things that, well, I learned that, okay, somebody, I'm going to give you an example. Okay, so you're going to have people in life. Our first test is family, right? That's what family is. No matter if it's biological or somebody raised you or it was a grandmother or whatever it is, whoever your loved one and your guardian was, whoever was the caretaker or the person that was supposed to look after you, whoever that was, your younger sister, older sister, brother, it doesn't matter, whoever your loved one is. And sometimes they come in a cluster or they come one by one. You may get a little, may get a lot. Either way, those are the ones that is responsible for shaping you. After you get to a part, whether it's good or bad, no matter what storm you had, whether you was a person that, I'm not saying everything is good that happened, but everything that happened, no matter how the atrocity, no matter how rigor, no matter how devastating it was, even if it was torturing, but if you made it and you able to live to talk about it, then you're more resilient than what happened to you. If you came from something, why don't you look at what it made of you? It's going to do one or two things. You have to make a choice with yourself. If you're going to become bitter, hateful, or pull back or run to the thing that caused you, if it's something that's a grievous, whether you was raped, battered, abused, burnt, whatever it is, and you live to talk about it, if that same thing that made you hurt is a thing, did it turn you to scare you? Inwardly, did it make you shy? Did it make you run away from the things, or if somebody come too close? Because the people that you trusted, that hurt you the most. So now you don't trust no one, not even yourself. We don't even think about that. That's why we get depressed inside. Now, if these things is built, to these these situations happen for each one because you are your own individual. You have to be tested based on your own ability and what you was made of and what you can handle. I'm gonna say that again. Life is given to us in a way that our own experience is there to see how much we can endure, what we can handle. Is supposed to be a challenge of yourself to challenge life, the obstacle, the situation, not the person. If you challenge the person, you're going to get lost because now you're looking to challenge that person, the goodness or and whatever they got within themselves. You're going to lose yourself because now you're looking at this person got this, or they're a little more faster than me, or they got a little bit more than me, or they a little bit smarter than me. How come they know more than me? We get what is given. Much is given to those that's required. It's simple. It is, whether it sounds simple or whether I'm making it seem simple, it is universal. It's just universal. It's just what it is. It's something that it is a universal law. It's just principle. So while we live in our life being superficial, we forget that there's a younger self that was free minded. What do kids do? Their minds is like a sponge. It's supposed to expand. They want to know everything. Why do certain adults, after you get to the age of reasoning, it shouldn't matter what anything told you and said, don't believe nothing other than me. These are my teachings. If the teachings is there to deceive, and it said we came to deceive the whole world, why else would you deceive yourself if everything else is in there? It don't mean that it's the truth is not there. The truth got to be there. If it's in a lie, you got to find where the truth is at. That means it's hidden. You got to find it and put it together for you. How do you do that? Use your own life. Your life should tell you the measurements, and then you add it up. If you read the book, your life should example and see where you're going. I'm lined up with the word. Don't matter who said it or wrote it. Can you see the truth in it? And if you don't see yourself to relate to it, don't worry about the parts you can't relate to. Relate to the parts that's relatable. Everybody should be able to relate to Corinthians 6, to be obedient to your parent, right? Everybody knows that. And the parents know they should definitely be obedient to their kids. Now, when we talk about obedience, think about it in the term of how they use it, because the way they teach it is how you're going to receive it. To be obedient is to be a servant. Who are we serving when they use the book? The whole perception is to make you get lost in yourself and only serve something that could provide, that you have to give something to. You have to give an offering. The Most High didn't tell us to give an offering or nothing except for the things of this world. That's it. That's all. And said, put nothing above me. That means nothing goes above yourself, but to love others as well as you love yourself. Because if you have that, you don't have to be selfish to love yourself and to love others. It's not, well, I'm going to only love myself, so I can't love everybody. I got to focus only on myself. Well, you should. That's why everything is not for everybody. Everybody can't do the same thing. Everybody can't worry about themselves and worry about others as well as themselves, because they don't have the same capacity. What I'm saying is everybody got different capacities. So some people can handle more things. It's the same way going to the gym. Not every man can lift the same weight. That's just being real. That's the same way what we get out of life, what you put in. You can serve in the army. You can fly all over the country. You can go to the best schools. You can eat the best foods. You can bring home the best, souvenirs. You can bring the best souvenirs. You can even have wonderful kids. You can have the best house. You can have the greatest jobs. You can be your own boss. You can sit in your own big house. How did you get it? It's the only thing the Lord is worrying about. So if we worrying about any other thing and you worrying about, am I going to get a bomb burst? Is the Lord going to look out for me? I know that he watches over the ones that even without knowing, we have to have enough faith in ourselves to say, I got to keep going. If you've been depressed, depression is a state of mind. So if your mind is in that state of depression, what made you depressed and what are you depressed about? If it has something to do with somebody outside, something outside of you, and not inside, if it's not coming from you, that you did something that you feel ashamed or embarrassed about, and you are depressed and feel lonely because of an action or a way of life or a way of thinking of how you care or see yourself. If the answer to that is no, and it's outside of you and why you feel less than yourself, you have to, if you think about it, then the more you think about it, if it's outside yourself, is it your problem? Is it something that you did to make somebody see you a certain way? If it's not an action that you required before someone, or a way of thinking, or whatever it is that made you depressed, whatever the action was, maybe somebody passed, maybe somebody murdered somebody, something didn't last, something happened, somebody got something, somebody got married, something didn't happen to you. Why didn't it happen to me? I wanted it to be me first. I didn't want such and such to be married. I didn't want this person to get more than me, or this one got more women than me. My brother always getting the best woman. He always get the attention. Somebody got more attention than me. Somebody is looking outside themselves. They're not paying attention to why the Most High made you the way you are so you can showcase why you are who you are by the things you went through and how you went through it. If you could go through this life by looking at the way you was treated and how other people treat each other and how we treat each other and what do we treat each other a certain way for, what is the goal and what is the drive behind it, what is the intent. A lot of people would sit and be around you, which is family. I told you those are your first. So if these are our first challenges, our loved ones, and our loved ones, everybody, Kendrick Lamar said it best. They are not like us. They're not like us. I'm not like you. I'm not like everybody. I'm different from you. I like to be me. I like everything about me. I love the way that I journey in my own journey. I like what it made of me. I like that I found my own way to make my own peace. If you journey that way through all your storms and you found a way to keep your own heart warm after it been stepped on and abused and misused. Why I say these things? Because all these things I also have been through. I had to find a different way to see a different perspective to learn what is going to make you if everything goes against or taken away from you. Most people have the problem when their loved ones is deceased or they dying or they not well. Somebody close, somebody that was real close, the ones, it always seems to be the ones that was there for us the most. You ever notice that? The closest ones are either a grandmother or aunt, your mom or a dad, or uncle, a friend, somebody. There was somebody that showed you love when you needed it. And those are the ones that seem to be taken to the other side. And then you left with the ones that you left with the fakers. Because the realest ones always seem to go the other way, right? Listen, my people. It didn't make sense, but it makes sense. I understand why they got to cross over. It we could look at a lot of ways of what the reason is why they left in the first place. Somebody did something, somebody got sick, somebody caught something, somebody had dialysis, whatever the reason is, whatever the reason is, I never see anything negative. That's the first thing. Because even if it is, it don't mean that I don't see things bad or I don't. It's not that I don't see anything to stay in that state of mind. That something that starts a certain way, something had to happen, and usually, when something traumatic happens in our life, that means a new change has to happen. It's time for you to grow up. It's a new challenge. You may have passed some lesson in some way. So you want to get another challenge. It's small. It may be a move. It may be, going to school or becoming a teacher, becoming a lawyer, whatever it is. It's a new major. Something is new is happening. Something exciting. And all the time, it don't have to be none of those things. What happened when it's none of those things that bring money or something that can give you or tell you, go and get my education. I'm gonna have it written down. It's going to be prescribed for you, and you got to write it down and study it. And then when you study it, now I'm gonna give you a test to see if you can pass it. Now, as many as you pass it, as many as you come to school, and if you choose to not to learn, then don't learn at all. What they tell you, I'm gonna get paid regardless, whether you learn or not. If you stand or fall, I got mine. I had that said to me and to other kids while I was in elementary. So is that the same way when you go to college? They tell you hear people saying the same thing. What is it motivated by? Money. Okay, why? Because that's the joy that makes life ring. That's not for everybody. That's for the people that believe money rules everything and you can't do nothing without it. If you don't have anything else and you just have yourself, even if you got lint in your pocket, do you not think about if you do have any self worth, would you still not care for yourself? It's people that's homeless, that is outside, but it's people that don't look like it. They still take care of themselves. They find a bathroom or some place where they still keep themselves up. They still remember a certain way about themselves. Not all of them get lost and give up on themselves. You got people that still care about themselves. Don't matter what level you on, you're going to find them. Those are ones that still love themselves. Don't matter what situation they was in. I said, well, who's these people? These are some people that was already battered and abused, and that's a lot of us. That's not, it doesn't matter if some of us, the mean ones, need love too. They just don't know how to receive it, and they don't know how to look at it as that, because they see the person or the way you talk or how you look, what you look like. They're not looking at the action of your heart, of your spirit. We don't see that. When you see that, you can see the glow. It's something about that person. It's natural. They always like that. It's upbeating. It's uplifting. It's inviting. Everybody want to share it. Oh, if I had that one, I would want to keep it. Who wouldn't want a good friend? Not a good friend. Who wouldn't want a loyal friend? Trustworthy, kind, loyal. If you have loyalty, I don't know if loyalty follows. Can you be loyal without love? Can you be compassionate? You cannot have compassion and be kind without love. Love give all of those ingredients. You will have to have that, because a lot of people feel that this world is crazy and it's some things that makes people do. Surely it's something that make you want to get even, to want to hurt somebody. You want to get even. Somebody did something. It's enough that happened. Somebody put your cat outside. They knew that I loved my cat. Why would you put my cat outside? I had a cat named Frisky. I love my cat. I let my sister borrow my cat. Two of my sisters at the time. She didn't like something my cat did. My cat was a good cat. Instead of returning it back to my mom's house, reason why I let her borrow it, because she had little problems. Either way, it was mine. And I was getting ready to go into, no, I think I was, I was getting ready to go into the shelter. Just listen. Either way, instead of her returning it after I left, at some point she put my cat out. And he ended up getting injured in one of his eyes. And he wasn't the same. I don't know what happened, how it happened. I picked him up at some point and found him. And me and the guy at the time, my ex, we brought him back to the house. I didn't keep him because I don't know what he just wasn't the same. So what I'm saying is, I had some things that was, that was mean spirited, that was done to me. Every mean thing that was done, I talked about it. I said, well, why would you do that? I just trying to get an understanding of why something that could have been prevented, or did you do it for meanness? If somebody know that you care about something, I brought that up to say, when you care about something and somebody has little regard for the things you care about, no matter what it is, if it's something that is dear to you, whether it's your dream or vision, or whether it's your kid, a flower or something, your roses, whatever it is that you hold dear to you, if they care about you, they care about what you care about, because then that will become dear to them too. Even if it's not something that is their thing, but because you're their thing, it will become their thing too. I didn't have that. What I had was make believe at some point. But what I'm saying is, life is going to give you some thorns. You're going to get some soft petals. You're going to get a lot of good things. And it's the own joy. You got to find it in your own. Make it your own song. Find your own riddle. Make it make sense to you. Skip over it. play it back. It's your own tape. It's your own life. It's your own memories. You can do it for free. You can rewind your own time. You can fast forward if you like. Either way, you are your own reason for the joys and the ups and downs in your life. So if we don't want to know where we go and say, I don't know what to do, pay attention to some of the things that you did in your life. How many times did you do them? Whether you went to school or whatever it is that was something that was natural for you, how many times did you find yourself in certain jobs that said like security? Somebody could find themselves in security. What security do? They always have to watch. They always have to report, just like cops. All those jobs make you a detective, lawyers, doctors, a home health aides. Everything revolves your eyes. So you have to be able to see, detect, deter, and report. Right? And each of those going to tell you some things. Now, if you only live your life for your jobs and you don't use any of those skills in real life, in real time for your own self, what and where and why did you do it? And who did you do it for? If only to accomplish something that was only something that some people, what I'm saying is some people want a little bit, look a little bit deeper than what life already prescribed and said, this is what you put down. Put it in pencil and paper. The rest, you write it in a pen. And whatever you write down, that's your signature. That's it. That's the contract. Now, when your contract, you better want to be your own contract. Don't mean that you're not going to be wise. What you're supposed to do. The Most High said, rely on me, call on me when the things that you cannot handle, the things you cannot change, the things you can't make sense of, the people that brought you pain, anything that goes against you, that goes against my name, those that brought you joy and celebrated you, bring it to me, celebrate it, and tell me how you appreciate it. Tell me all the things, not some of the things. Tell me all the things that happened to you. So the way I'm talking to you is how you talk to your creator. The creator is listening. You know what it is? This universe. It has a vibration, there's a frequency. How many of you was able out there to be able to feel something or someone? You say, I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm talking to someone out there. I can feel something is happening. Something is happening in the atmosphere. Something is special. God is doing something. He's letting us know that there's a new change coming. Hey, chosen ones, wake up. Is it all for the chosens? Yes. All the chosen, the ones that said, I chose myself, those are all the chosens that I'm talking about. So if anybody feels left out, that's because you did not choose yourself and you did not think yourself that you was enough to even think about. So if you forgot yourself, as many people forget that they didn't forget, you have. If you, how I'm gonna tell you is because if you did, you wouldn't forget that you should not be jealous of something that you already have. Now they said, look for God, seek and you shall find. That's wrong too. Because if you got to look outside yourself to go find something that is supposed to be already connected to you, we already was confused. Now you're already lost. Now you're even more triple lost. Because what happened? It told us to go, of course, told us to go look, and they made a house and said, put God, and God we trust. We got Bibles, we got all kinds of different type of people, and you could be a Jew, you could be everything that you want to be. A Buddhist. Now the Buddhist is not a religion. That is meditation in yourself. So that is not a religion. That is a way of coming oneness with yourself. That is what that is. Now, that is what we do. That is how we're supposed to meditate, not just write the words and read it. If you don't live those words and then you look at it, why do you feel bad about somebody saying that they taught us the wrong way and many didn't catch it? And then they get mad at the ones that catch it. Hey, you're younger than me. You should know better than me. I should know more than you. What difference does it make? If you didn't get it, but you next to the one that got it, and that's the ones that's covered, aren't you not covered? So you can be able to say, I am blessed also for those that missed it. Well, you missed it greatly. You can't say that no one was kind to you. Somebody didn't think about you when you didn't think about yourself. You must have said a prayer. Somebody, the Lord heard, He sent somebody to answer that for you. Whether it looked like it should have came from that person or looked like it was the very thing that was supposed to be, if it was different and it was made differently and it was made to be different, so why not be made differently? Why say something to someone if they have a different way of seeing things, a broader way of mind expanding? Why is it that we have people in this life to question our loved ones and people that think life is only one way? No, you have to follow the rules. You got to follow the commandments. Your commandments is yourself and your life. If you didn't get past somebody's arguing with you or putting you down, first of all, if anything that does that, I'm going to say it like this, is only one and two. You got one is one, we all gods. So you need to pick which one is you. If you measure yourself, everybody should measure themselves against themselves. That way you would know who you pulling in. If you know that you're a person, a siren, whatever, if you somebody that hot tamale or whatever, you got a hot pocket or whatever you like to drink and go to the bars, have one night stands, whatever you do for yourself or however you take a chance. Remember, whatever we do with ourselves, that's our gift to the Lord. It took some time, but I'm glad some things help you to remember some things. If we wasn't always protected, now we are grown, we are adults, right? If you wasn't always protected, but some people never got nothing, bless you. And if you wasn't always protected, but if you wasn't always protected and you did get something, but you got something you could get rid of, that is the most high love sparing you. So when we think that, oh, it's always going to be forgiven, I could just, no, is a such thing as you're not going to be using me as taking advantage of my kindness because I'm kind to you with my own splendor. I see why you misguided. I see why you lost. I understand why it takes people longer than others to learn the life lessons so they can start repeating it. If you respond the same way to issues and problems, if you become more jealous or more envy or selfish, you're going to run into bigger problems. If your ego and your pride, those two will take you down. They'll take you down faster than the sun can come up. If you miss those two things, let me tell you again, your ego and your pride will make you lose everything because those are two things that make us not see, and it turns off our intuition. You can't feel with your heart. Your heart is turned off. You need your heart to feel. You need to be able to feel what's genuine or not. If you don't have that in order, your chakras is not in line. Yes, I said chakras. It's people that is spiritual understand that yourself is you. You can't imitate and make believe that you know how to imitate somebody that already is themselves, and you can't top somebody from topping themselves. It's impossible. It's like I'm gonna take the sun out the sky and then I'm gonna be the sun. Who is these imposters that saying something impossible? Now, some things is impossible. It's impossible to take the Lord. It's impossible to take a spirit out of a person that represents that. That is what that is. So when people say, well, how do you know if you spoke to the Lord? How do you know you're going the right way? Because your confidence is up. Your mind is open and you're not closed minded and you don't mind to hear things and to learn things. Yes. And then say, oh, well, do you listen to other people? You overtalk. Well, listen to this. If you following yourself and you know yourself is in peace, your spirit is not to deceive or hurt anybody. So when you speak with intention. You have intention of goodness anytime you speak. You're not there to put nobody down, but if they take it that way, they they got things that they're hitting inside and it hurts them, that you can be the difference of the choices that they didn't make. So shall it be? Then it will have to be. That's something that person needs to sit with themselves. Either you're going to overcome whatever you used to be to say, I don't have to be that way. I'm going to walk a different way. I care about myself now. I see the errors of my ways. I see when I was doing that, people didn't really care about me, and I wasn't really caring about myself. I let everybody touch me. I did certain things that these people. I was just doing things, and because it felt good, it didn't really bring joy to me. It was temporary. So I thought it was real because it feels real because I'm getting caught between lust and what feels good. I confuse that with love. A lot of us, men and women, do it. The divine women, the divine men, masculines, the kings and the queens, those that remember why we supposed to hold our heads, why we supposed to talk, and why we supposed to be queens, whether that's your name, that's your action, that should be you. Regardless of what's happening around you, you should always be able to say, I have learned to make better decisions. Listen, I'm saying it basic. I'm not saying nothing in high class that you should go to the missile or go to a ship, and so you can go look at the stars and say, well, I'll go out on a rocket ship so I can see what she's saying because it's so amazing. No, you should find yourself to be a rocket ship. Go highlight yourself. Look at the things. If you didn't make good choices, then you should change to see if you're capable, because a lot of cowards got to challenge themselves. If you scared, if you feel bad about the name, I got to say that because there's a lot of people that say they are for that one, but God is not scared of nothing. It's not going to make us to be scared, even of life, even the things that say, well, you should, well, hurt the things that loves you in life. If people, mothers, daughters, cousins, I don't care, whoever you are, those spirits, those energies cannot appreciate someone, their son, their daughter, that love endlessly. Now, let me tell you what love is. It's not going to look, oh, love sounds like a rose. It sounds red. It sounds like blood. It sounds nice and pretty. It is. It's all those things, but it's also with strength. It's a force. It's something that make you respect it. It comes. You got to earn it. It's not something outwardly. It's inwardly. What you have, what you want for yourself, how you treat someone. Why wouldn't you want somebody to treat you good or to just be mindful? They don't have, whether they know you or not. If most people have, we have a lot of burdens, so we walk and travel with burdened hearts, burdened souls, things that happen. We got so many stories, things that weigh us down, questions that we can't answer, things that don't make sense. Take your time. The people that is not here. That's when most people lose their faith. And they said, because the Most High took out somebody that was close to me, that was a godly or a godly woman or whatever it is, those people left so they can look over you. Because it's people that's around you that they can't say to you in human form. They will have to do it behind the scenes. To be absent from the body is to be present with the Creator. Now, everybody is not present when they leave from here. How do you do that? You need to be okay here. You need to be right here. You can't get to be an angel or anything. You don't get celebrated somewhere. You don't get honored. Now you can get honored down here all day long. You can put a plaque on the wall. You can't pass that down to nobody. Who you want to say? Well, I met the governor. I got pictures with the president. You can have all that. But what do it look like to have a picture with the Most High and your ancestors? It's invisible. People can't see it. But those are the ones that watches over us. People, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in all that. But don't believe in yourself. That's what that means. In turn, whether it makes sense or not, that is what that is. If you can't believe something that you saw in the physical, that talked to you, that you was able to see and call, and you was able to speak to them, and they happen to cross over, even if it was yourself, and you say, well, I almost crossed over, but something brought me back. They said, no, it's not your time. Somebody said they seen the light and they said, no, it's not your time, go back. So that's one of the ways to almost experience a near death, right? What's the other way? We actually get to experience That's why we still here. I'm gonna explain it very clear. Every time you get through a challenge, every time you get through something or something that seemed difficult, whatever your fears was, no matter how small it was, whether you were scared of feathers or ducks or whatever it was, and you got past your fears in some way, or you may never, you found something else. There's always going to be something else that you fear that you don't mind to challenge. When you challenge something that you was afraid of, you should gain some self-confidence. It's just like, wow, okay, maybe you don't get a whole lot, right? You get a little bit. You should get a little bit of juice about you. And then you do something else. All these decisions, this thing didn't quite work out. I didn't like the way it made me feel. You get to detect how you feel, why you feel, and who it is and why it is and what you do it again. Now, once you understand or you break it down to one or two, do I like it or not? Period. Did it help me or not? Did I grow or not? Did I learn or not? That is it. Everything else is going to be a whole lot. So if you make the world so vast, it got a lot of moving pieces, a lot of moving puzzles. Now you're confused. Why? Because that's what the devil said. They want you to hear it. It wants you to be confused. There's so many distractions. Can you find something about yourself that will quiet the noise? When you're sitting by yourself and you get quiet time, the Lord said, how many of you would pay me some mind? A lot of people can't sit by themselves and just think about whatever it is. I don't know. It's not all the time just whatever it is that brings you joy. That's what it is. Whatever is in your piece, whether it's painting, or whether you uh whatever you're doing to your one self, if you're in the tub or when you painting your toes or you just listening to music, whatever your self enjoyment is to yourself, not involve another person, not a sexual pleasure act, something that don't involve that. That's another thing. That's something else. So anytime we doing these things and when we taking time to enjoy it, people that can't be to themselves need people all the time. They can't be in a relationship without being to somebody else. They gotta have ring around the rosy. They gotta have people in place. They need this in case this don't work out. And a lot of religious people think like that, especially Muslims, the ones that I know. May not be every, but a lot of them do. They think they got to have two women, or I always got to have two because that's the custom. Even if you could take care of them, people could say, well, as long as they agree, they could do it. If it's not the most highway and it's not prescribed, everybody is not prescribed for everything. And everybody is not able to do the same thing, especially if it's not ordained. If it's not, and the Lord said, wait on me, I can do all things. So when you know that one, while the world knows people, it says not what you know, it's who you know. So who I know and what I know is the Most High. That one is the only one that I listen to. So that one, if it's tell you, that's the one that's going to speak to you in your spirit. It's going to say, speak, tell the world, I want them to hear it. How I love them, why they should love everything about themselves. And the ones that don't, those are the ones that gave up on themselves. And those are the ones that look, they got their arms folded, they looking at you sideways, they doing all kinds of dumb things. They make our life more hard. If they attack one, they attack it all. What are we? In spiritual warfare. Don't want to say, don't tell the people, don't wake us up. Yes, why not? You don't want to understand that things that you can't see can be hidden from you. Things we can't see can be hidden from us. So if you don't know how to fight in front of you because you can't see it, I don't see nobody. That sounds crazy. What I'm doing, I'm fighting the invisible. You're fighting the things that may be attacking you, whether it's known or unknown. So you just should pray for the things that's unknown and believe of a faith of a mustard seed that you have a power that is greater than you, that is already connected in you. Do you know how aligned you have to be in line, to be on the time, to be in line with yourself, to be one with the Creator? And and the more we see life, I don't think about like try to put people down. You don't have to. You could be quiet. Those ones is going to speak for themselves, and they feel like you have a lot of them that feel like they can't own up to. If something is different, well, you taught me a different way. People don't like to give credit to people that they should give credit to, or not even just giving credit, but if this is bigger than this, is not about credit. Let me scratch that. This is honor to the Most High, to honor ourselves. As Creator said, I want you to be fruitful, and those that is there to be a disaster, a destroyer. We have to learn the difference. If that man or woman does not appreciate you, but they want to be in your life, they want you to buy and spend time and make them pretty all over the place because they want to look good and feel good, but they don't want to do the part. If that man and that woman come up short, that means that man or woman does not have a heart to love in a way where it can give you inspiration. This is what this is. We're supposed to inspire each other to have self-love, because more we do, the more nobody's thinking about, let me take something from you. They're thinking about, oh, how you did it. So you could tell the other person how to be themselves. People don't want to learn how to be themselves. They want to poke at you. They want you to shut up. Why? I'm telling you how you can better yourself. Do you need to sit down and be mean like them because they bitter? Because they didn't learn how to heal themselves. Once you heal yourself and you understand why, what you heal from, and why you should heal, why you should heal from the things of people. If you didn't do some things, if you got over some things, if you change your ways, if you made your repentance, if you are, if the Most High and your ancestors is proud of you, what else should you be thinking about? Other people feel if they are not on the same level as you. They didn't put in the same work as you. They had the same opportunities, but they didn't take the same. Everybody don't. We can all go through a lot of things. And a lot of people say, "Well, everybody goes through that. Everybody get cursed or some things." That's always happened. It always happened in life. That's true. But how many people is able to stand through that? That's something to be admired, because a lot of people can't stand through their own adversities. People turning their back, people talking about them, making fun at them from their youth. I had an experience being in seventh grade, no, eighth grade, and I got transferred. I lived in Brooklyn. Right? I went to junior high school. It's not important. I'm gonna just say Park Avenue, right, in Brooklyn, in Myrtle, right. Any case, I got transferred from there, and I went to a school in Brooklyn Heights, and they had a different type of atmosphere. It was different from where I was accustomed to. Kids, cutting school or just not listening to the teachers and things like that. I was able to concentrate because I was able to see people not doing the right thing, help me to stay focused. Now, being in a quiet setting, after I don't know why, my mom just wanted me in a better school, and that caused me a more of a problem. Not her fault at all. I didn't I didn't take that out on my mom because she had no power in her hands that she could have known that her child going to this new school was going to go through some trials. Hold on, let me turn something off. Sorry, I'm back. Okay. If I didn't, oh, let me finish where I left off. What was I saying? Yeah, so when I went to a new setting, my mom had no idea that this was going to be something that her child was going to experience. She didn't know. I'm like 13, 12, 13. Either way, it was a different experience. These kids, they was all mixed. It was from kindergarten to 8th grade. So the experience was some little boy, some kid in the class didn't know me, but because I got full lips, look, he saw my full lips and he made my time at the school from the beginning of being in there from starting from the 8th grade very, very difficult. I didn't even know him. I never saw him before. He never saw me. But he made a rumor or made jokes about my lips of I'm doing things my lips is big because BJ's, okay? And I'm like, at the time, I'm still intact. I'm still a virgin. So whatever he was talking about made the girls also. I didn't have no books, and when you go to the class for the first time and you don't know what kind of books they have, you don't have nothing you don't know what they working on or nothing. So you need to sit next to one of your classmates and they have a book they don't want to share with you because of some rumor. So everybody like scooting over and it's like I didn't get it, but I didn't react. I just looked at them strange because if I don't know you, I don't know you to be mean to you because I'm not gonna they don't have a reason. I don't have a reason to respond because they reason for not knowing somebody to treat them some way because of something they heard. But that wasn't who I am, and I didn't respond to them that way. But they still was like that, and they sent it. It was a little small school, so at lunchtime, imagine what that was like. I was by myself, so this was pretty much my life. I was always around other people, but when I got there, it was different. I don't know what I did. I just been myself. The boys, I end up talking to one of them or whatever. It didn't last long. What happened was, what ended up breaking that was that same young little ignorant little boy at the time that made some jokes. I had a language arts teacher at the time. I don't know if she's still alive, Miss Allen, but he started going back and forth. So we was just dissing back and forth. And I'm always going to stand up for myself if I need to. I know how to back myself up. I don't know you to be talking to me that way. So he made some jokes, and either way, it got a little heated. We didn't get physical. It was verbal. And he made some jokes about my lips and me being promiscuous. And just like kids do, and I made a comment and said, "Well, I see you be bending over." It was a shock to somebody's system and even to the teacher. She laughed and she knew she couldn't, but it still was funny at some way, back and forth. But what I'm saying is I had to learn to stand my ground. Once you stand your ground and you're not scared to you by yourself, you don't know nobody there. I'm by myself. Nobody else like me. They don't know why they don't like me. They just don't. They're not really friendly. And some was that I had to warm up. I ended up graduating out there, but the point is, it was a rough ride because it was very kind of lonely. It started off lonely. So if your life is a certain way, pay attention if you happen to travel in a way where you're going to be misunderstood. That's why I mentioned that. People's not going to always see the good or give you a chance. They're just going to judge you. Just because you look a certain way and it seems like they can. I'm short. I'm 4'11", 4'10", whichever one. I'm short, right? So people that's a little taller, they feel some type of way. They can tower over somebody that's little, but little they know. Listen, it's not how tall someone is. It's not how fat they are. It's not how slim they is, how fit you are. You can be all those things. How your spirit is, how strong you are, how much confidence you have. Those are the things that's going to help you to reach your own bars in yourself. Not how many accolades you can get for being yourself. The Most High takes account of that. How well we're learning when we didn't know that we should stop taking abuse. Do you know when you should say enough is enough? Do you know if somebody's not appreciating you and you giving your best, but they're giving you less than what you deserve? When do you know to walk away or say, I'm better than that. I deserve better than that because I give better than that. Let me, something's going to happen to make it stop so you can learn to appreciate yourself. So things and people get taken away. Whether it's gadgets, it may be people, whatever the thing that the lesson you need to learn, that's what gets taken away. Some things get taken away not to be, it's not to teach us, it's not to make us bitter. It's to see if you can get through this. If this is not here and you don't have, can you still survive without this? Can you still survive without him? Can you survive without her? Can you still show yourself love? Can you still be that? Can you find a reason to keep going? Is it enough to distract you? Is it enough to turn you away from yourself? Should you stop washing your face or washing up caring for yourself because, oh, I lost my loved one, my kid, I can't think for myself? If your loved one loved you enough and you love your loved one, that it may not be for everybody, but this is one of the things that helped me. You can look at it as a time to grieve of the things or the times that you spent with that person. Should we miss them? Yes, it's allowed. We supposed to. We need to feel everything so we can address and understand everything that we're feeling, even when you don't understand it. But who else can feel it for you? Nobody can measure your grief or how deep that love goes for you. So because of that, it takes time. Everybody don't have the same time of understanding of healing or to get over. Some never do. I look at it. I have lost my sister, my mom, my dad, my aunts. I got one aunt and two sisters possibly living, and my brother and my stepdad. I lost not all at one time, but the last three was 1 year after another. 21, my mom, 22, my brother, 23, my stepdad. Now, death come in threes. I looked at it, I could either do one or two things. Either I'm gonna let the death of them, the strength of the bond break me because the times that we shared and the songs or the things that we did with each of them. I said, no, I can't. I'm just use the part that keep me. They want me to keep going. We proud that the time you put in. If you did what you needed to do, those ones want to remember you. That bond don't get broken because they left out of their vessel. That spirit still travel. That's why the greatest commandment, the thing is love, or songs get passed down. Words gets passed down. That's something that's strengthened. People take certain anecdotes and things that people say. They say, wow, this somebody I didn't know, but somebody taught me something and it meant something and it changed my life. Those people that come and be able to inspire anybody to change their life is not an ordinary person. They did not do an ordinary thing. It's not many people that can come in your life and be a part of it, friends, family, cousins, mothers, and all that, that has a big impact and inspiration for you to change and inspire you to find something better in you, to change your life, your mindset, the way you think. The chances that you was taking, you was doing little simple things. You was playing in the street, and somebody inspire you to get out the street. Why are you gang banging? Why are you killing your own people? Why are you celebrating the death of someone? Why are you happy that somebody is hurt? These are the things that will make anybody's soul crumble, and it's supposed to be designed to make you crumble. Once you understand that you belong to a power that's uncrumbling, And it said, what would you crumble to if I said to speak and you have authority? I believed it. Now, people that say they believers, I believe to the part where I got to, I know who I am. So therefore I am, so I can, and I will speak and be who I am. You don't need to worry about, well, I'm not perfect. That means that you talking like you perfect. No, if I didn't hurt anybody and I never sin or whatever I did, if I hurt anybody, I made my amends. I did. I'm not saying I never hurt somebody's feelings, but if I hurt your feelings, it was surely for an action. But if I did and I didn't mean it, I knew how to apologize and say, well, I'm apologize if I hurt your feelings. I didn't mean it, and I won't do that. To order to talk about something is to be able to say what your scars is and your flaws. If a person can't say they flaws, ladies and kings and queens and gentlemen, and some R's and some nots, and whatever it is in the middles and mishaps and alphabets and all these kind of communities and many communities and kind of communication that do all kinds of these things that's connected to covens and other type of things, whatever it is, I'm saying you should be able to think about something that you are smart enough to use your own brain. You don't have to steal from somebody, try to find out how to use somebody else's lingo. Let me talk like them. Let me be like this and be like somebody else. I want that life. I want that person to take care of me like that. They look better anybody. They want me like that. Whatever it is for women, that don't ever be somebody's second. Somebody I learned I wasn't nobody's second nothing. But either way, don't be. Even if you was, I'm saying as women, respect ourselves and respect another woman and respect another man. Even if they don't respect their own relationship, don't be part of it. If that man can't respect that woman, for women or men that likes to be like, well, that's all right. I can be on the side. That man and that woman is disrespectful because they don't know about themselves, that they would settle just to don't want nothing with you, but they don't mind to sleep with you. You see what I'm saying? That spirit don't mind to sleep with you to get something that's valuable. If you don't see it's valuable, it should not be in exchange for change or something that's green. When your heart is that, you should use that, because if you have that, once our heart chakras is turned on, I'm saying I was there at the bottom. You have to learn to go through some things so you can learn what's your value. I learned my value. So once you learn your value, you learn to not to settle for things or things that don't serve you or don't make sense, that's not going to uplift you. So if you don't have that and you only have you, then you should be your own menu. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't. It's not saying that I don't need to work on things. Oh, that means you can't get better at nothing. No. Yes, it's things I need to critique, but those type of things that if your heart never deceived anyone or the coarse malice, and you went around and live your life traveling and making peace, peace will follow you if you are that thing that you say that you want. If you are your own peace, you should travel. Life would bless you if you got favor to travel that way. That means you're not in arguments at nobody. That don't mean people ain't in arguments, or you got people that won't hate you up close, but they hate you from the back, from the side. They make you feel like something wrong with you. Or if you're talking about, I see who's my enemies. I see who's slick and slide. Those that's not around, those that say, I'll always have your back, I'm ride with you. And then when you find out that they was riding to get something close or something out of you, or something to be taken from you. And when you realize what they wanted and what they took, do you care if they didn't take you? No. I mean, if I still got my hands, I still got my mind, I still could think and get dressed. And I said, well, we could shut you down in a lot of ways. You better thank God if you have a power that if you didn't have no covering and you don't get no covering, you screwed. If your covering and your protection gets taken away from you, if you turn away from the Lord, which is to turn away from the ones he sent to you. If he sent us in somebody's life to dare to help them and to be a healer, and that person that you dare to help or to say, it's okay. Life don't have to be so miserable. If you see it that way, let me help you. Let me change the way how you see it. Preserve it in a different way. Let it teach you. You don't want to do that. They're expecting to get a certain way. Yes, if you come against someone that is already peaceful, you should want to leave them there. If people don't watch anime, um, what's his name? And avatars, go watch it. It will tell you more than, so I don't have to say a lot of things. Go watch some things to make your own self work. Some people's already on it. These are for the ones that's asleep. Those that don't know how to find a way, why you should forgive. Forgive the people that don't know better. If they reject it, okay. I mean, I can either let those things hurt me and say, well, they did all these things. Why would you cheat on me? You took my sister, my brother. This one, you took away my mom. They took my brother. They took this, and they leave me all by myself. And now what? Should I cry? About what? Listen, it's not that you don't have feelings. I have feelings. I do cry. But I don't cry for the same reasons why I used to cry. It's a difference when you cry, when you can remember. Yeah, I remember I used to cry a lot, but I used to cry because I was sad and I didn't like things and I used to feel bad, so I cried. It's not wrong with it. But then when you crying for a different reason, now you're crying because you realize that you're strong inside. You got a different tear that's coming out your eyes. It's strength. It's not something that you sad about. You're looking at what it made you, what you came out of. So your cries is not the same. You outgrew some things. And those ones that didn't understand why you see life differently, the things I used to care about, watching the baseball games, watching basketball, football, all they things leads to whatever it is, you can watch it if you want. But is it enough to say, when the Lord said, who did you do it for? You can do all those things, but why did you enjoy it more? Do these people know you? Do they give you life like I do? Do they send anybody else to care about you after you watch them and you put on their attires and you celebrate them? Do they talk to you in your emails? Do they write you to their celebrations? Do they care? Do they go hard and scream your name and say, well, I can't know all my fans, but let me get on social media? I'm not saying none of them. It's not many of them. I'm just saying the things that we celebrate and give our thanks to. And it's God of this world. So these are the things that you have to choose from. You're not allowed to think about anything that I didn't teach you. Whatever it is and say that it's trying to teach you anything else, it's false doctrine. That's what it said to you. Either way, all I'm saying, use your life, use your own mind, use your own self to measure yourself so you can see where you went wrong and the things that you can do right. Everybody's not meant to stay. Some people's meant to stay and some people's meant to go. Not everybody's meant to hold on to because you had good times. They may not did nothing wrong, but if you grow and where you growing and when you talking and your mind can't relate, it's no more. It just is done. I can't. Me and you cannot dwell. We don't regulate, or your spirit have grew up. So that's your mental. And you can see where people got left off because they didn't do no work on themselves at all. They stayed in a place that was comfortable. And a lot of times when we do, I'm not saying I never did. I'm saying that because I also stayed way longer in situations. Some situations we supposed to be in, supposed to get in and come out, or we supposed to bypass. God didn't tell us to go to everything and stay there. But sometimes we linger more than we should. And so did I. But I'm going to tell you, if you're not strong enough to understand that you are in a test with something that's not no good for you, get out. Because that person is going to give you a hard time. You're like, honey, I did this for you, and he's not appreciative, or she not appreciative, he, she, they, or whatever it is. Those ones is not there for you. If they for everything, if people like somebody that's for the streets, they can never settle down. They can't commit. They can't commit to themselves. They are lost. They confused. They unstable in all their ways. They double-minded and unstable in all their ways. So how can they lead you? If we all were people that think similar, the same belief, everybody got a little different twist, but they believe the same kind of like selfish way and about getting over on people and taking advantage and dissing people. Those people, it's the clusters that rejoin together. Those are the families that have covenants and they have a type of bond that the other outsiders, if you don't have the same spirit or the same belief, you're considered outsider. So I said, well, I would very gladly sit outside on my own. I ain't saying doing nothing to me. I'm glad. I was always, if you listen, I was always on my own. So if something is leading you to be on your own path and you find yourself, not that you're not friendly, you want to have people to talk to you. All kinds of people want to draw to you. So I expect that. Okay. Why? Because if your spirit is friendly, is inviting, is a magnet, you're going to attract lovers and enemies, right? So either way, if you know yourself, you would measure yourself. This is my advice. You could take it or let it alone. Measure yourself, measure your standard of how you feel about yourself. Now I'm talking to divines. I'm talking to people that got past the comic life, where we was acting ignorant and we was pop locking, dropping and showing our cleavage, showing parts of our body that we like the most, so the guys could stare at it and so they can like it and marvel after it. After everything that looks good, people, everything that looks good is not good. Every seed, every more seed or grape or whatever that grows on the tree, every fruit, every berry, is not to eat it. It's to be eaten, but not by us. And everything that we see, we can't eat. Everything that grows from the ground is not meant to touch. Even with your hands, our hands is a portal. Things, if we go through our hands, it could go through our pores and gets into our bloodstream and into our body. So is it better to be mindful or to say, oh, that person's talking, they saying some stuff that sounds retarded, you can't believe them, that's not spiritual? Yes, it is. It's your spirit telling you to be mindful. If you don't know what stuff to not to touch, poison oak, or even there's a lot of other things that's out there, and there's certain roses that may not be good to touch. They're good to look at. So marvel at all the nature that is splendor. It's something good to the eyes to see. That means, ladies and gentlemen, we can look at every man that looks beautiful and shining. He looks like gold and all the things that glitter. He sounds fine. He sounds like he's all these things. He's a good father. He checks off all the boxes. It's his spirit, it's his heart, and a righteous part that's going to bring you out. It's going to celebrate you, going to be proud of you, not because of all the things you look like or what you don't look like, just because of who you are and what you mean to that person. Now, when you find that person, if you didn't have a good person and you get somebody like that, it's going to feel like, I don't know if this is real. Give yourself a chance. Listen to the words. Listen to how it make you feel in the inside, not the words that make you sound. Because I've been duped, so I'm gonna tell you, they so good out here. These men, they can tell you a song, make you believe something that was never going to happen because they was living a dream. And when you living for real and you living with a purpose, a person without a purpose, ask the person, what do they care about? What drives them? Now, don't ask everybody that. And everybody be careful, because don't answer or every time somebody asks you. You need to measure your standards to other people's standards of how you feel about yourself. If they care about themselves, they'd be more conscious of how they treat you because they care about themselves. They wouldn't want to just sleep with you without nothing or worrying about, being protected. They wouldn't think about, let me jump your bones. They'd be thinking about, let me get to know why I'm even attracted to you. because some people be attracted and they don't know why they're attracted to them. They just see the physical, and sometimes that happened to me, and I said, no, you're not attracted to me in that way. It's just me. And they think it's something more. I'm like, no. But sometimes the attraction of seeing the person, your beauty, or to see your physical physique, it doesn't matter. You cannot say what's pleasing to another man or to another woman because that person don't look pleasing or appeasing to you. Oh, they don't look how you look in the bathing suit, or look at this and look at that. Especially for other women, or if you ever get a man that go to a next girlfriend and talk about the other one, especially if they friends or siblings, or anybody that do that, go around your own to talk about you to your own. If your own supposed to be your own, your blood, or somebody that you say you kindred with, you my friend. I see you as a sister. If I loved you like that, if you did the wrong thing to this one, you did the wrong thing to yourselves. That's to each and every one of us. The way we treat each other. Don't the Lord say how you treat each other? That's how you treat me. If I send this one is working for me. They have a heart like me. They have a spirit like me. And if those ones go against you, then they're going against me. Then it's personal. It has nothing to do with you. You could go sit down and have a seat. That's what the Lord said. He said, look, rest it on my shoulder. If it's too much for you to handle, turn it over to me. Those that knows how to do that don't have to practice. You don't need to go and get anything to go steal something, or to go make something happen, or to pay somebody to do something in your life, to make somebody have a disaster, to make somebody to feel the way I want them to feel, the way I feel. No, I want you to return to sender. You can call judgment. Simple. It's just that simple. It's simple only if you meet those requirements to be able to do that righteously. You have to be with your hands clean. It doesn't matter what somebody else is say or somebody made up. They can make up anything. They can put it in a magazine. You could take a picture. You could write it down. You could send it in the text. You could say, I got it. Everybody got the same thing. Everybody said the same thing. Everybody said you not who you say you are. Okay. So you know what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to still be you, because you being you is going to be the difference from whatever it is that's out there that's trying to mimic or imitate you or tear you down. You're still you. You're original. Who else gave you knowledge to speak the way you do? Who's going to credit that? I mean, where I got it from. I'm not reading a book. I'm talking to you. I'm not flipping no cards. I'm not talking about going nowhere. I didn't tell nobody to Google nothing. I just use life very simple. These are the things that we should pay attention to. The things how we treat each other, the things we dismiss. That's how much trauma that we put on ourselves. Your spirit got to feel that. It's going to remember. If you have hatred or bitterness, whatever comes out of you, that is your own intent. It got to come back to you, especially if it's for someone that was innocent, that was not approved. You are your own remission. So whatever it is, be that good thing. And if it wasn't, you want to think about who you making a wrong to. If that mighty thing give you life, if I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you, then I'm a miracle. Then listen to what I'm telling you. If they try to put out your lights and your lights can't be put out, who else can you say that gave that power of authority or protection that protect that one's life? Who can that one be if it's not for the power of that one's authority? And all the ones that have eyes. Why do he have eyes? Because he got his angels that's watching. The spiritual guys, we have them. For the ones that can see, the ones that got it righteously. You earned it. You did something in life. We don't celebrate ourselves for the things that we do in life. It's no award. It's no celebration for it. They give celebration awards for things like humanitarian, and they gave to charity and things like that, and you get awarded to be the MVP, or you can have people to sing to serenade you. They have all those things to recognize all the songs and the lives and people you touch with your words. Is a wonderful thing. I'm not saying to give that up. What I'm saying, what else is more than that? That who are you singing and touching their lives for? If it's not for the righteous one, if the world was deceived, then the red carpets and the things that we see and the people that smile, who is their gods that they be praising to? If the ones that came to deceive us and they saying that one is their God, and they got that in our churches and our schools, and we have them as security guards, as police officers, as doctors, as surgeons, then surely you better know which one is you. If you don't know nothing else, you better know which one is you and what crew you belong to, because we talk a certain way. We believe a certain way. We love ourselves for what we've been through, and we know that is a papa that's watching over us and our loved ones, because they connect to us and they talk to us. They let us know, I'm watching you. So can the dead speak? If you did anything to them, yes, some of them can speak and say, I was wrong. To the mediums that's out there, everything is out. Oh, that's evil. How can it be evil if everybody is a spirit? And we all, not just a spirit, we are spiritual beings. That means that we are able to do things with our minds, and we able to do things with our hands that the way we think that the world can't see. Why? Because we're not worldly. So now we looked at as strange. You strange because you think a certain way. Well, you move like this. What made you challenge this? If something is made to move in your spirit, why challenge and look at it as bad? Why not see it as, okay, so if this was the way and I was taught, it should make you look at the ones. Did they know that I was different from them? Everybody in their family know that who's different from them, because that's the ones they hate on. If you the one in your family that get hated on the most, if you the one that pray and stay humble and keep yourself quiet the most because you went through some things, you used to wild out the most. Whatever you used to do, but you better, you learned how to host your own self. You became your own better self. So as you trying to be better, you got them that trying to make life harder. They don't want to participate or show up for you, tell you things or give you advice and not be there for you. This is everybody's story. This is not some, this is all. That somebody heard this and then somebody can say, that happened to me. Okay, then I'm talking to everyone and everybody that experiences these things. If you experience it, then you should be okay with yourself to say, surely I need to think about, why would God put me through this? Why am I going through so much? Why do I have so much responsibility laid on my chest? How can I pull it off? I took care of this one. My grandfather, I took care of this one. If I paying this one bills, or I'm able, and I still got to go to school. I got my kids. I got to do homework. I got to cook at a certain time. I'm able to do all these things. Why? We are multi-dimensional beings. We're supposed to be able to think or to do multiple things than to do one thing at a time. Yes, is it a time where you can sit down? But how, even if it's one at a time or two things, you got one thing you can do at this time and then at another time in the same time of day or whatever. You're able to do multiple things. You're able to do certain things. You just do it in a different way. Most people say, oh, that looks strange. I don't know how you're able to do it. Well, how you don't let it get to you? Once I realized to stop letting things complaining, I had to learn that part. Don't complain about things that if it don't go your way, like doing certain things that you got to, for instance, public assistance, right? You need it. Now a person like me shouldn't need it, but I did it. So whatever I did, you do whatever it is that you need to do that's going to work for you. Now I learned one or two things. They like to catch you in the catch-22. If you don't do something for yourself first before they get to you and show them, look, this is what I'm doing. I'm in school. I got a job schedule. If you don't show them none of that, then you got to do what they got to do, what they want you to do, which is go to their classes so you could go on their computer and they could find you a job and tell you how to use adequacy and all that to pay you so you could get so you get your money, your food stamps, cash, whatever you need. Then they could give you your Metro cards, because they're gonna send you out, help you to look for jobs that you could do on your own. Whatever the case is. The point is, what I'm saying is, you do whatever you need to do. And I realize I don't need to complain. I'm just passing through. but I listen to everybody on both sides complain, the workers and the person's on my side as the customer, the client, or whatever you want to call it, the person of help, person in need. On both sides, I heard the complaints and I just listened. I learned to not say nothing and just listen to the things that on both sides, we both live in life and it's stressful on both ends. Some of them do their job, some of them don't. Some of them is good. It's just that we are frustrated on both ends. But this is something we got to do. Why? Because this is what you got to do to make a living. If this is what you chose, then you know you got to deal with people and they're going to have different emotions. Some of them get nasty back, some don't, some do. It's a little confusion. What I learned is taking account of what things that bothers us the most as people is being and doing something that we really don't like, but we do it because it puts food on the table. Where is the belief in knowing, okay, it don't mean to stop doing something that you need to do until you feel more comfortable and why you doing it. It's not why we should not do things. It's, do you have a purpose? Do you have an intent? Do you understand why you doing it? Because you could just do it. Oh, it brings money and it's fun. I can have like running around a pole or being in the bars at night, having a double life, or people that's taking chances and doing things strange to hurt people in life that don't really know about it. People's talking to people they shouldn't be talking to. Somebody's at somebody's house. They shouldn't even be at their house. They shouldn't even know you. Somebody's doing something. Somebody said something they shouldn't have supposed to. Somebody did something. Somebody got married. Somebody happy. Somebody celebrated. Somebody had a dream and somebody's dream came true. Something happened out of all the things that's a disaster. Is it fair and makes sense to only look at all the things that go wrong or look at the things that go wrong that's supposed to make you go right? Therefore, I don't see anything negative because that negative can be made right. If you're right is to be made a negative, it's because you gave up on yourself and you lost your own sight. Some people that can't see, that is blind. Pay attention. It may not be for everybody, but it's for some. It's for somebody out there. And if it makes sense, then you may be that one. Man or woman, if your eyes is blind, if you was a person that did not see and did not see and hear, if someone was guiding or showing you something and you did not see and you had eyes and they going dim, pay attention. That means that you stay longer with something or someone is taking away your vision. You're not looking properly. You're not using them for the right reason. So sometimes things physically gets taken away if we misuse them. Not all of us. I'm saying for the ones that didn't change their spirit, the ones that knows that they have a good heart and they're going a good way and things is happening to them, then you should think about maybe I need to be to myself because somebody's around you in your circle that's wishing things upon you. You don't believe it? Separate yourself and watch. Ask the good Lord. I don't know all things. I don't know who all my enemies are, but you do. You know how they feel in their hearts. If you ask the Lord, well, can you reveal them to me? Why wouldn't the Lord reveal who's who? If you say, Lord, he said, bring it to me. I'm going to tell you. However the Lord tell you, keep it to you. But it'll let you see. And they're going to talk a certain way and they can tell on themselves. Or they reveal who they are and their true intentions, how they felt. How do you know when you get into a situation, the ones that say, I'll be there for you, I got your back, I see that you're going to be somebody, I would never give up on you. And if you sitting here and you see me, this is what my life is. I'm alone by myself with one. I'm here right now. What I'm saying, I have many that's like me that we could connect with. But personally in my life, when you change everything. If it is to give up everything, and the Lord said, I'm sustainable for your life. And those that of us that said, yes, I believe the Lord is sustainable for my life. That is my high tower. That is my shepherd, my this, my that. What would we be willing to give of ourselves if the Lord said to walk away from the things that is not me and don't look back? And if that is your yes, and he said, don't look back, and you looking at, you got to sit there and you got to think very hard, and you tweedling your thumbs and scratching your head, and you searching in your soul. Why? I ain't talking about in a way where, we have the dark soul of the night, where you battling with your mind, and the things you thought about that's not real, the people that's around you. That means I must question everything. Yes, you must question everything that you thought you knew, because if everything was built on a lie, then surely they told us some things to misdeceive us. They had to tell us to go against ourselves to make us believers of deceivers. That says, bring your little children, offer them up, so I can sing praises to the song. Where is our children being offered to? And to whom? And where are they going? Where's their souls being offered to? Because it ain't the physical part. They got to offer up the soul so that spirit can watch over the child. Yes, that means that demon is working through that child. It's planting a seed every time we offer in a place where the Lord said, y'all are the church. We makes the church, not sitting in a building that called church. If you are the church, that means that you are to be and to live that way. We should speak that way. If I'm saying something that you can't feel, then it's not meant for you to understand or feel that way. You don't belong, and it's not for you. The ones that can, we know what it takes to give up on certain things and got to leave certain things alone. You outgrow friendship. Old friends and that you used to play, if they didn't tag along and if they didn't grow the same direction, if those are not the same friends, you could look back and say, these are my day ones. So if your day ones is the ones that's with you, those are the ones that's there to be kept. But the ones that wither away and they show you who they are, believe them. If you show me that you're a deceiver and I can't believe you, and you betrayed your trust, if someone betrayed you and they can't honor you, and they don't think that they should be honest with you for anybody, why would you want to talk to somebody that's what if people don't want to be honest? Okay, then don't. But guess what? It's still going to show who you are, because the Most High said, I'll talk the truth. So I'm going to speak it, whether you like it or not. And whether you decide to speak the truth or not, you still going to say who you are if you still a liar and you don't want to speak. And I don't want to tell on myself. Why? It's better to tell on yourself, to say who you was. If you know that you're a new person and you want to be new, then you won't be afraid to say whatever it is that you did wrong, even if it hurt the person. In order to get cleansed, you need to say whatever it is in the belly to cleanse the soul. If the other person don't understand or why they need to forgive, because they thinking, oh, if I forgive, that makes me weak. Let me tell you something. Everybody is not meant to be forgiven. That's what the Most High said to me. Everybody is not meant to be forgiven. Now, I'm not telling nobody what their belief is. I'm just saying that if a person is not genuinely repenting or apologizing, then do you need to be forgiven for something that's not real? No. If you know, if you know it's not genuine, do you accept it? No. Is it dismissible? Yes, you could say, okay. I mean, whatever you want to say. But if you're a person that said, well, if you want to talk to me, don't lie to me and don't come with no intent. If you have an intent, stay away from me. Because if you do say something or think something, it's not the same effect that you wishing something on me. It's going to come back to you. I'm not going to wish nothing on you. I'm going to tell you to hold everything that you sent to me that's not pleasant for me. I'm going to send it back to you. We can say that. It's called authority. We have dominion. We can speak like that. It's that simple. It's like that. How come you believe like that? Because when you went through stuff and you went through some things and it made you strong, you seen the things that you went through and the things that people try to throw at you, you already went through that. So if you already went through your own lessons, you let somebody that's less equipped or even at that stage of life to understand what you went through, they still don't understand what they're going through. They cannot help you. That's not looking down on them. That's saying we all know the same thing. I cannot teach you more, or I cannot grow more with you. Because even if I'm growing, but you're not really growing. So if that person come around, then you're gonna be pulling the weight because they cannot add to you. They would have to get to a place where they believe that they are a man or a woman and they belong in that order, in that step. It's not another way. It's not what we think. It's not an opinion. A lot of things that I don't want to get into technical to ruffle nobody's feelings. But what I'm saying, these are generational curses that have been passed on from the makers and the founders that founded us. So listen to what it's saying. Oh, we found it. So that means that they started making up rules and regulations and a way of living. And they promoted their stuff little by little. And then they made alphabets and called you letters and broke us down into to compartments. And they did things to tell us about how to celebrate all these things. And you can celebrate 4th of July and all these things that don't have anything to do with. Okay, I think I'm going somewhere. I ain't trying to go so deep. Let me bring it back to yourself. Pay attention to the things of the world's going to trick you. If I came to deceive you, where would I have to hide? Why don't you sit down and think about it? Where would they hide at? Who would they trick? You think you're a ghost? That it's not you? It's not one of your siblings? It's not your kids? If your kid's spirit is not the same and it's not mellow, it's not peaceful, then surely something is happening with your children or with that person. That doesn't mean they're all the way taken, but when they're all the way taken, they can't be happy for you at no reason, no way, no how. But they smile because they hold it in, because they scared and they have fear to tell you that they can't stand you. Even when you smile, they love everything, but you don't belong there. So that doesn't mean the evil. What's happening is you're having a battle of something, of a spirit, of a God that you committed to, that says to be loyal and not to love what's natural for you. Hate that. Beat it up. And then you get women and men and they join the whole goddamn organization, everything to jump on one woman. It's ludicrous. What is happening? What spirit is that that's harboring these beings? That's not a normal thing to do. That's not something that a woman or a mother or a father would say, yeah, get that woman. She's a mother too. One of them have kids by. These are what I'm saying is this has been going on for a long time, and you watch them on the red carpet and you watch them smile and get their awards and they say, oh, what a joy. And you watch them drop, stop, lock it, pop, lock it, whatever it is. And you got the music artists telling you what it is. They put it in the music. They show you that they make these rings and they said these people worship something else that is not human. So what portals, when they open up, when it's raining and thundering and lightning, not so much the thundering, but when it's lightning and it start raining, do you think it's just normal or is it people doing some things? Look at what's happening in Jamaica and in different places, whether they say, well, it's man-made or is it? Nothing is happening without the Lord's permission. Are you paying attention? Even if it is, are you looking at what it's doing and what it's supposed to do? Is it there to give you fear? For the ones that it's not, they're covered. They're not worried about, because those are the ones that's going to be spared either way, even if they're in the war, but they're alive. So surely those ones going to find out, be saved some type of way. I don't know. I believe that when I watch them, dancing or whatever and watching some things that their eyes, and some of them is in terror. They're watching something they never thought their eyes would see. Sharks swimming in the swimming pool that came out the ocean, octopus and stingrays. It was a stingray and an octopus. And then they got alligators and things in different areas of and places that they show in different videos of what's happening there. And then you think about every time something happens somewhere else, like China, then they say it was all the way over there before COVID came all the way over here and shut everything down. So every time something starts somewhere, please pay attention. There's more prayer. We need to start paying more attention. Stop making our lives harder than what it has to be. If everybody's in this boat, why can't we learn to think about, why do we argue with each other? Why are we fighting, trying to take from each other when the whole world is trying to take from us and told us to go against each other? They told us to be partakers and lovers of each other. Only this group, this people, no, I'm more in love with you. If you cannot be in love with two, you either love the world or you love yourself, which is your natural self, of your higher self, is your natural self, is your spiritual self, is you. Now, if I say anything, they say, "Well, do you use sage?" Yes, that's not wound. That's a crime. That means that you do something. You're a witch. Guess what? Whatever you is, I'm natural, so I don't have to do strange things to go and witness. I could just ask and I could just see. If you ask for something and you believe that you travel a certain way, and the Lord said, if you was meek and you praised me and you walk with me by my command, what should I not do for you? That don't mean that you're not going to have things that you should work on or other things to do. It means that you don't lose focus. We don't forget ourselves. And I thank God for Cal. He's a wonderful brother, if anybody know about him, Cal Phillip, to inspire a wonderful God-given being of one of the examples. There's many of them, but he's one of the main ones that inspired women that had children, that is mothers that raised, single mothers that raised children, even if the fathers was there and they helped, but they didn't help the mother to raise, to be something more than just taking the kid part taking. Like I had some that the holiday, you got holiday fathers or holiday mothers that Christmas, birthdays, and holidays, they come around or they give you a shout out or they want to spend time with you somewhere around about. But it's not consistent. It's not dedication as a father or a mother should be. So you get judged on the way you mother if your kid, or if you're not marching in a way that the society say you should be. If you not have a lot of jobs, you should. Oh, you didn't work a lot of years of your life. What you're doing, that means you're not doing it right. Everybody is not made to follow a systematic type of way of living. They may not know how to figure it out, but everything is not designed to be programmed. Everybody don't need a handler. I was not made to be handled. I'll handle myself. I know if you know how to handle yourself, you don't need no handler. As as free-minded beings, we could think for ourselves. We don't need somebody to tell you who to be with, what looks good. If you get a man or a woman that got to go to his friends and family, and if they in their 40s, 30s, I don't care how old they is, they old enough to have children, they're able to stick it in and pull it out, and or to sit on it and squirt and do all those things, man or woman. If you're able to do all those things, and you can't see what's the purpose of why you doing it and what it's supposed to make of you, and you get upset at somebody that chose the different way, that they didn't need to do that, they just found something that was true to them. How is it that you're going to have people in this life and it's like, wow, this is a real thing? And said, yes, people can hate on you just for being you, because they don't have the courage in themselves, because they did so many things in their life that they're ashamed of, that they wouldn't even speak of. Or you're in certain groups and things that your religion or certain things of your faith or whatever you tied yourself to, you can't speak on. So you can't even be yourself. Something you love, but you can't even love it out loud because it's saying it don't belong there. When you join that side, it's no love, it's no loyalty there. So when things go corrupt and don't work out right, you're going to hear all kinds of things, and the ones that you was open to, the ones that you just all the other good people in your life for, the ones that you shitted on, the ones that you thought that you wasn't going to need no more, the ones that you thought that I could do better than you, I find better, and all the ones you did better to, it's the same ones that's going to do worse to you, because those are ones you're going to be open to. They're going to use everything that you use to knock down somebody else, especially if somebody else said, go knock that one down. Yeah, this is how we do it. Be mean to this one. If you get a woman to be mean to another woman, whether you're a mother or not, by creation, we are givers of life. We're supposed to inspire and cultivate it, not tear it down and have empty-minded people to say, well, then you don't need nothing. Then let me see how far you can go. I think that people should learn to mind their business. Stay on yourself, better yourself, and be careful and love people and be careful with the ones that was careful with you. Those are ones that you miss. Those are ones that God going to say, go make it right with those ones, because that's the ones I sent to you. If I sent somebody to love you or to be kind to you, why would you take from them if you didn't need to take and it was already given to you? If you needed to steal, do you think I would put you on my team? And do you think I would hire you? If I watch you do all the wrong things, do you think I would actually give you eternal life? If you stealing from me, or if you don't like the life that I gave you, you feel that you could do better than me, you chose another God of the earth, of land, for man. And you said that you was part of my plan and you went to deceive and hurt my ones that you knew that was for me. Now, people, if you intently know who God is, everybody saying, well, everybody, even the devil know who God is. So if you know and you ever get a person to tell you, yeah, everybody know who God is, and that one against you that knows that God is working in you and they can turn your back, they turn their back on God. Those are unbelievers. Those ones is there to hurt you. Man or woman, they team up, they're there to hurt you and take everything away from you if they don't have nothing for themselves. If you try to give it to them and they try to take it away to give to their own, listen, and let me make it clear. It's not to put people down, it's to understand that it's rigged. That spirit, it's going to confuse a lot of us and it make us not accept love. It's there to turn our chakras downward so we can live in our lower vessel. So we are not supposed to feel, because that means it would give you a conscience. So if you have a conscience of doing things wrong to people and it makes you, and it hurt someone and you see that you hurt them, but if it's designed to make you not care and it makes you to feel good that the more they hurt, the more bigger you get, the more leverage and the more power you get by transferring their spirit, their energy to make theirs low, to make theirs high. They have nothing, so those are vampires. They travel in a certain way to get you a little some way riled up because they need your energy. They don't want to love you for it. They don't want to embrace it. They don't want to say, wow, I like that you uplifting because I needed that. People need to hear and feel love because we all been hurt and broken on both sides. So both sides can respect that one that comes from all things. If you can make peace with yourself, then you make peace with the other side too. Why? Whether the other side want to make peace with you, they ain't gonna have no choice because you're not bothering them. They will have to exhaust themselves from exposing themselves because that's the hate that they have for themselves, but they put it on you. Is it you that you should hate yourself because those hate you? Because they don't feel nothing about themselves that they should be proud. When you are grateful about yourself, you can appreciate other people because you can appreciate somebody else being they different because you found you're different and you was accepted for your different. If you're different, allow you to hate someone. Now, being different is thinking differently, dressing your own style, being your own way, having your own cup of tea, dating who you want to date. Now, whoever you want to date in this world, whatever it is that we choose, should not hurt someone else by your preferences that you do in your own privacy of your bedroom. And for those that can do it out loud and they can have people to watch and see, gladly to watch, then when the Lord said, why did you do these things? Why did you mock me? I wonder what question. Do you going to feel naked, more naked than what you already felt? Or what you look at? I don't care. I did it anyway. I don't care. I know where I'm going. I don't care where I'm going. I know I'm going. And I don't care. You want to, some people, all of you people that say, I don't care. Some people don't mind going down to the other side. Well, I already know I own it, and you can because some of you are already made to be that. That's why we got to have an opposition, but it can be peace in the middle. If everybody has something that they're proud of, then what should be the problem? It needs to not be money, because if money is the motive to make people do certain things to take out their own family, then but with the most high, really, I'm not saying that it's not going to be used in some type of way because it's already out here, but I'm saying what it wasn't always that. That's not how we always lived. We didn't barter to use money. We lived off of looking at the science and the knowledge and going along and being connected to the universe. We looked at the sun to measure to see when it was going to be night. We seen the stars. We can tell by the transition of the seasons what season it was in. We didn't have a calendar. It wasn't like that. We didn't have to. What I'm saying is, we didn't have a president, somebody. It was many gods, and that's why every last one of us can be the God, and we can choose what God we want to serve: the God of the flesh of this world, or the God of your righteous self. That after you have lost your mind, did you regain your mind to regain your soul? If you say yes, and you recall all your energy back from those that stole, whether it was your mind, your time, whatever it was that you felt that wasn't given back and received, recall all your energy back and thank God and say, that's the one, that's the power that saved me. So if that power said leave and walk away from those that don't serve you, I remove you for a reason. Why cry over those that, oh, I knew you for so long. We had so many years. After you have so many years, if those years don't mean nothing, I don't care who you are. If the years we had, if it was 20 years and you walked away or you did something to break it or to violate it, you just, well, it's dismissed. If it didn't mean nothing to you, it mean nothing to me. That's how I am. I'm going to balance it out because I'm not going to use something to make me feel some type of way that I didn't cause. If I didn't make a violation and you're not the problem, do you live your life as you the problem because somebody else wants you to be, or you look at yourself and say, no, it's not me. That's their loss. I know who I am. It's not the other way around. I can be okay with me. When I say the other way around, that means that I'm not the problem to cause the reaction that was done to me. So if you're innocent and the things come to you, stand on your own and stand in your own principle. Now, somebody said you got proof. Somebody told you. If the Most High told you and it came in your dream, and you a person that can see the things that you need to see, and the Lord do it for you, that is more than a paper and a pencil on a screen or somebody got a picture. Even way, it's going to get revealed anyway. Especially if it's revealed to you, it's going to manifest itself, especially if you say you want to see. I want to know. Do you need to know everything? But you need to, whatever you asking for, that person that is covered with the Most High's love, and which is all his ones that believe that you can't get something that this world could teach you. It's something that you got to have inwardly, and it's called confidence. It's called your own integrity. That's what it is. Your own principle about you. How you see yourself, how you walk this way, how you treat people while you journey. Are you friendly? Are you helpful? Do people help you? Do things come back to you? And if the answer is yes, then why do we keep settling or thinking about less or thinking about those people? Or I'm just saying that for some of us that do, if we feel some way about a unfortunate soul that cannot appreciate and they did things to be mean, those ones was there to teach us that we deserve better. That is simple. The simplest way I can explain it, they're there to make us think better of ourselves, to think highly that we don't need somebody to beat us or to push us around or to do spell work or love spells and sleep with you with your period. Ladies, if we ever do that, I did that and I didn't know. Don't ever do it. It is a sex spell. It is sex magic to keep you encapsulated wanting this person and getting sex demons, the incubus, succubus for men and women. These type of things are spiritual sexual beings that heightens us up in certain ways. Somebody listen to somebody explain it. It was wonderfully explained. But either way, what I'm saying is be careful. Everybody intentions is not good. So if they humping on you, they spirit and their energy, that is not good for you, but yours is. They're taking your value and exchanging it for theirs and sharing it with other people, and they getting high off of your energy. If you're a high vibrational being that think highly, then surely the other ones is getting higher off of you without knowing it. They investing and sharing fluids with other people, and they do things called, they have these sex covens and cults and things that exist. The things that these people have to do to make money and to make life look like it's worth it and it's glamorous, and they put it around the world to see. The world is a stage. Is it there to trick us? Everything is not a trick. It depends on how you look at it. Yes, it could be a trick, but after you stop being tricked, can you see where the trick can stop tricking you? You should focus on yourself and say, everything in this world I don't need. I just need certain things out of it. It's like going to a supermarket. Do you shop for every goddamn item in the store? Do you eat everything in the store? You don't eat everything in life. Some people do, but they still can't eat everything in life. You can't even gobble everything down all at one time. So if your eyes is bigger than your sight, then that's another thing. It's called gluttony. I had said some things. I wrote down about 9 demons, the attributes of these ones. Azazel, I think his is pride. If you got pride, you got lust, you got greed. That's where you get Thanksgiving. Is where it's gluttony. We overeat. We want to cook every goddamn thing. Wow. Oh, we're having a lot of family, so we can have a lot of different dishes, right? It's not picking, it's listening to how the things of how it's situated and where we overeat of the 7 sins. How is it orchestrated and the things that they give us, that's these holidays that we celebrate, that they tell us about, that we care about. Sloth, if you're in the middle, you somebody that watch things go down and don't say nothing. You're the watcher. Guess what? The Lord is watching too. That means that as many eyes is watching, and the ones that love us is watching too. So if you watch it, if the people got their loved ones out here that still, if you see them in the physical, you got some that's down here, and you got some that's in the background. If you have your loved ones, and the ones that know what I'm talking about, your crazy auntie, we got some live ones. So just because a person look like they quiet or they easy to mess with, they got people that you don't, especially if they by themselves, they got people that care about them. Some people that we had good relationship with our people before they crossed over. Those are the ones that still watch over you. Those are the ones that still want to tell you that somebody's trying to trick you. This is this one. Don't trust that friend over there. This is this boyfriend. He's messing around with the sister over there. These people that's getting a group over here. Don't trust this one. Your son is over there. All these people, if it's a cousin nickel or whatever it is going to tell you, be careful. These people that was supposed to be your friends, those are pretenders over there. Let me tell you what they talking about. Let me let you know, because they trying to lie this way. We're going to expose them. So I'm going to show you in your dreams. I'm going to let you know some way. Everybody that's in touch with their own people and they understand why that can be. And you just do it naturally in yourself, however way that is. I don't do spells and all that. So somebody want to know, do you know how to do? I know I don't know how to do none of that. I know how to do return to sender. That's it. That's a power in itself, because everything you do, and if you did anything wrong, you think you're wrong, return to yourself. It's an automatic whether I say it or not. So everybody is not to be talked on or talked about, especially if you living or doing something for something that is bigger than yourself, or just because you care about something, or you're just thinking about, why can't I inspire people? Because this world is hard. We should have more love. We need more compassion, because so many of us hurt. I don't think about returning to anything unless it's meant to. I mean, everything is got to make sense. It's called justice. It has to balance it out. And people that needs to stop being, if you are any of those people, and we still got some of those feelings, you say, well, I don't know why I can't feel happy for somebody. I know I should, but I just don't. I don't feel good about them. I want to feel good. They didn't do nothing to me, but I can't help how I feel. You are on the spectrum on the other side, and that's a battle that you would have to fight, because that's your dark side telling you to be that way, to be bitter. And if you are those ways, then how can you think that you should get better? How can somebody else forgive you if you can't forgive and get over your feelings? You would have to not be there, because in order to do that, you would have to walk away from what's called fear and pain or guilt, or any of those things that we hold on to, any of those spirits, envy, jealousy, murder, strife, or whatever it is, if you could do any of those things and be a liar, yes, surely you can kill somebody. I don't care if you say you never did. Surely you could do some dark things to kill somebody's spirit. You can take things away. You want to give them high hopes. You're a murderer. You're a thief. If you steal somebody's secrets, or if you share them and you pass it around, if you put somebody in the light where they shouldn't be, if you did any of these things to get to a place where you know that it wasn't rightfully for you to be, or if that person inspired you to do anything, if you started some way, if you had a person to help you, for the ones that did help somebody to help them, but then they stop and just stop, and then life ended up happening better for you. You started gaining yourself back. You was being weighed down by their spirit or their energy, for man or woman. Don't let that person back in until they deserve to be back in your life. If they did nothing to prove that they deserve for the pain that they caused to be able to be in your energy again, then the answer is no. Why do you settle? That means don't go backwards. If that person's spirit can't catch up to why they should appreciate the kindness or the people that they wronged that they shouldn't have wronged, and the people that they wronged that did the wrong thing, and now they feel hurt and they saying sorry to them. You saying sorry to the wrong people. They supposed to be crushed. They supposed to feel some heat. They did the wrong thing to the wrong person. That's point blank period. It's called of attraction and law of order. You have to be able to be in the middle, so that way you can be centered. If you center, everything should get measured to yourself. If you know you're in good standing, good energy, if anything goes against that energy and your frequency, and it always is a pattern that every now and then it's some type of problem, or I got a different, what if somebody got a different view than you? Who is having a different view than the one that God said, well, this one knows something? I don't care who you is. Whatever you know, if you know about some candy in a jar, or you say, well, look, I know about some medicine, you know a way that you could get better, put some honey, lemon, or whatever, and you giving some type of remedy, and you telling the person that didn't know, how are you upset at the person that told you? Why wouldn't you say, this person told me, nah, yeah, that worked for me, and I told such and such, I told somebody else how you taught me. You giving credit to where credit is due. That's what that is. That's not gloating. That's the person don't need to pop and lock and shop. I'm not none of that. I'm not. I don't have to look for attention. I don't need for attention. I'm not. This is not a regular thing. But I will speak when the Lord said, "Speak. Tell my people what it is that we need to know. We need to know self-love. If anything goes against that, and is an argument, is a fight, and you can't get no peace at night, that is not sent by the Most High. That man or woman needs to get out, man. Both of y'all going to be on the same page, because that's how we usually start out. Comic man, comic woman. What happens is somebody grow up, they find something, they start appreciating or getting a better job, they start feeling good about themselves. If that man or woman is not happy about your changes and about you feeling better about yourself, or they want you to stay down, they want you to stay in the house, or they doing things that is not celebrating you in a way where it feeds your soul and your spirit. That man or that woman, if they have problems of being committed, they have problems with themselves, especially if it's with the Lord, and then going the right way, and somebody doing something different, and they scared to take a step because they can't see themselves doing something that they don't know about, or taking a risk. If you're a risk taker, you will need another risk taker. Not somebody that's breaking laws. That's not what I'm saying. Somebody that's not afraid to challenge themselves to do something bigger or something different than what they did, or something, or changing their mindset different than what they know, and to say, I have an understanding now that you was just trying to help me grow. That man or woman, I don't feel bad for none of them. Let them sit and burn in their own oven because they wanted to be hard-headed and go against something that was better for themselves, which is themselves. If every time you sacrifice or you sabotage, and you are the person that sabotage yourself from goodness, from all the times, and I did. So I'm telling you how I learned. Life is going to teach you every time you burnt yourself, every time you should have stood up for yourself, the times that you should have talked up, the times you should have stayed quiet, the times that you didn't need to do nothing, the times that you should have ran, the times that you figure out when you go back and you look at your life to see which way you went wrong, and which part that you were supposed to speak did you learn, because it's going to repeat itself. It's going to tell you, okay, now these lessons are coming up. It's the time that somebody going to do something. And this is time right now that you see it. Should you speak? Because you're going to get told. And certain things in life, don't let it fester. Nip it while it's happening, so it don't get bigger than what it is. If you got people that don't know how to use those principles and they can't be honest with you up front and talk about some things to get to the bottom, to have a meeting of the mind, that man and that woman is not worth your joy or none of your pain. They just not. If you already had the pain part, they're not worth for you to go back through that. If you already experienced it and you know that you experienced it with that person, they can say all day, I know who I am. Well, then who are you? A person should be able to say, I'm a loyal person. I'm this person. I'm a kind of person that likes to be respected. I like to be where people could be friendly with me or to understand, or I'm a certain way. Sometimes I am a little high headed. I'm not all the time calm. I'm this way, I'm that way. Whatever way you are, you should be able to own it, is what I'm saying. You don't need to be perfect, but your spirit needs to be goddamn right. So if that's more right, and the Lord said, I made you in my own image, I made you to be perfect. So if your spirit is not to hurt or harm anything or anyone or to mislead, you are living your life in a perfect way that's better than your flaws. That makes you a perfect one. That don't mean that, oh, so that means that you don't have trouble. That means that you're not. No, it means that I'm not going to do something to someone to make them have the same troubles that they trying to cause me or the same pain that I have. I'd rather for you to hold that yourself, because then you need to answer for yourself. Why was you that way? What did this person do? What would you say? What would you answer? What would you say? Well, because uh, I didn't like them. Well, because they was talking too loud, or because, well, other people said that they didn't like them and everybody agreed, or because, well, nothing, absolutely nothing. What can you say to somebody that never wronged you, didn't cross you, was there for you in your time of need? They showed up. They was a friend to you. They was a sister to you. They would never do things to go behind your back. This one was good to me. I had a good mother. She didn't betray me. The things that you did have good, and people return wickedness to you because of that. Surely it's better for you to not to do nothing but get away from them. Why? Because then you can stop them from doing it. And then if it gets bigger than that, any type of way, it's going to be dealt with in some type of way. Somebody going to do the same thing to them that they least expect the same way. So wherever you get and wherever you feel, I'm going to catch that person off guard. Well, respect and expect. That same thing is going to be that same pill that you need to swallow if you're trying to force it down somebody else's throat. We would have to endure the same thing if we cause that same pain. It is not different. It is not taken away. Nobody's excuse. If you excuse yourself, then you excuse yourself to go the wrong way. And if you go too far down the rabbit hole, guess what? The Lord is not sending nobody after you. It's a no. Well, they went to, okay, for that person, some people go too far where they not coming back at all. Their spirit is gone. It's black. All they got is a mask. And that's all they can be, because they're not going to show you their real self unless you can see. So if you can't see and you can't hear, I'm just saying, it's things that try to take us away from our true spirit, our true courage that we fought for in our lineage. That means something to me. It means something when our ancestors is watching how we living and how we going to leave some type of example for our young kids. If you acting foolish and you doing all these things, do you feel the pain that you feel? Do you really want that to remain? Some families is fighting for that. Yeah, we want to cause strife and destruction because at least we don't have to get exposed. What you worrying about being exposed for when you could just say, you know what, we was going wrong. I want to go the right way. Whatever I did, I don't want to do it that way. That is, if your mind don't come to that and your spirit can't align to that, and you worry about what everybody's going to make of you and what people want to say, it's better to change and to make amends and to say, I went the wrong way because I had the wrong thinking. I thought that we needed to do these things because I thought this was the way that I needed to be like, did you know it was wrong? Yeah, I know it was wrong, but I didn't know that it was going to be a burden and it was going to harm my soul and cause pain to the people that I love behind me, which is my own family line, which is your own bloodline. Now, if you don't understand why we got to stop doing things, because it's not just for us that is getting in trouble and penalized, we penalizing the people that didn't even come yet, because now we thinking that, oh, I need to do something to make somebody feel some way because they made me feel some way. No, no, you need to go sit down because you didn't learn to use your mind a different way. If you was molested, if somebody hurt you, instead of saying, I remember when you did these things, instead of speaking up for yourself, instead of saying to people, stop holding things back. It's not, everything is not your fault. Everything is not meant to be perfect, but it is meant to teach us how to speak up and to be stronger, to stop some things and put some things in line and say, no, no more. If these people's the part of the problem that's causing pain, you got uncle, if you got an uncle, aunt, niece, or whatever it is that's causing pain or doing anything to mislead or harm a child, or to be a misfit, or to speak false doctrine, or to be a false witness and causing problems and all dissensions, and you got a troublemaker that like to have things uh up and about because they get excited. That's life. Oh, look what happened with such and such. Oh, did you hear the big news? Who messing with who? Oh, whatever it is, you should think, how did you treat yourself? Did you protect yourself? Did you value yourself? If you played your games with yourself and you say it's a game and you use your bodies to do it, for the people that do, besides using their mind, if you use your mind to be crooked, to get over on somebody, or to misuse the parts of our body that the Lord said, preserve yourself, for that is special for me. Let me send you someone that is coming from me to give to you, to love you the way I love you, that's going to be careful with you, that will never leave you. It will be an example of how I love you. I will send that from me. Now, we can't wait to see what the Lord is going to do, or if not, then be patient. Love yourself anyway, whether you get somebody or not. Oh, I mean, you can never, well, whatever. I'm just saying, love yourself in all your adversaries, in and out, because at the end of the day, why should you not love yourself? Or don't you need to brush your teeth? Shouldn't you care about yourself? Shouldn't you find something about your life that can make you smile? If those ones cannot find something about them that make them smile genuinely by their own choices, and your choices, when you think about them, now your mind is starting to think, because you need to wake up. Am I living a certain way? Was I living the wrong way? Was I being confused? Somebody told you you're not a man. Someone said you're not a woman. You need to be with the same as you. It's called lust. It's a demon that's saying stick to each other, because we don't want you to manifest nothing. And if your heart is darkened, then you can be used to take something. You don't have to learn how to do it yourself. Do you understand the trick that it tricked you out of loving and giving something that you naturally had? How it was able to tell you how to trick yourself. Don't let nobody love you. Don't love nobody that don't think like you. That's Satan. God wouldn't tell you to do nothing like that. He said, love your neighbors as you love yourself, not the ones that is evil like you. Because guess what? When the fan is done and it starts rolling, everybody's hot again. Who was going to save a fan and cool somebody off? You think if you could just cool you, no, you still gonna be hot. Guess what? You still gonna be burning. It's, I mean, you are, unless the fan somebody put the ear back on to circulate. But if it's circulate, and if it's infections and things there, now you circulating a cool infection, a cool disease. What's this disease? It's not just sexual. It's your mind. It's poison. Your heart. It's rotten. Your spirit is gone. You decayed. You're not even there. You're just existing. You're just walking, a living dead, a corpse. You're not even, you're just there. Order to care, that life takes out everything, and it make people do the wrong thing. Strange things for change. It changed the mindset, make you preach false doctrines and say false things. When you're not true to yourself, when you're true to yourself and say, I did these things. No, I did not. I learned from this. No, I didn't. Did you have correction? Yes, you have to be a person that listen to have correction some way. So I leave you, my people. Whatever you give, Give your best. If we don't know nothing else, look at yourself and saying who you represent. Now, whoever you represent, accept your claim. If you represent the other side and you like doing wicked things, yeah, I'm in the covenant, I'm a warlock or whatever. Say who you are. Don't pretend, because everybody you got real people that's just not going to be like, okay, you can just get. It's only two sides, and it's it. We got it in both of us, and it's two gods that's governing. One on this world and one that governs the universal law that governs everything, and nobody's above the law. So that one, that's the big joker. You wouldn't be on that team, because who is going to beat that one? No one. So if that's your only card, you want to play your last card, and that should be your only card. And that should be the one you walk with, the one we pray to, the one we go through everything with. Who do you go through it with? You and you. Got to be able to have faith, because the ones that have faith and walk that way, not just faith. If you have sight and you only look at what you see and touch, are you really looking? Or are the things you're looking at, can it be deceived? You got many people that was fakers. I had them. They sat next to me. And I love them for free. Just because of who they was. Even because it was different from me. And I was different from them. And everybody's different. I got to see all the differences, and I liked and embraced it, because those people meant something. And then come to find out, I don't know how many meant something, if I meant anything to them the same. Well, you don't know until you stand out. It doesn't mean that everybody did something wrong. It just means sometimes we outgrow the place or the foundation from where we came from, and the families that said they was families. It don't mean that everybody's wrong. It means that you grew and you have nothing in common in a certain way. In order for people to see something different and they don't believe another way, somebody has to be the difference of whatever it is that was accustomed, and that was the only way. You will have to be your own new way. When I'm saying that, your own, you don't need to go to the clubs no more. If you don't go to the clubs, oh, you don't drink no more, you becoming old. Oh, you're not living life. You gotta live it up, or you're not smoking right. Well, if you smoke and say, well, I don't, well, you still smoke cigarettes. People want to pick on things that's superficial, that has nothing to do with getting you into God's way. Period. Because what they worrying about, and the God said, the Most High is telling you, keep going that way. Never mind, listen to what I tell you. And you don't have to keep getting told. I was hard-headed, so I said, I'm going to listen. So when you tell yourself you're going to listen, you don't mean you're going to get everything right. It means your spirit's going to stay in line, because you're not going to think about doing nothing wrong. But guess what? Somebody going to try to get you off your rock, because somebody don't like that if you too much in peace. And the people that's not peaceful in your life, this is general for the people, if you feel bad and it tickles your feathers and it hurts your own bones, I hope it sends chills through your spine, because then I'm talking to you. Now, if that's what it is, then it fits. If somebody don't like the change that you changed into, and they can't find peace, that you found peace with you, and those was the people that try to steal and just rock your own peace, but they don't want you to know, but you found out anyway that these people's disturbing your peace of mind, or messing up things in your life, and certain things that's missing, is out of place. Or if you ever experience that, because most of us experience these things in life. So when you find out these things is happening, and you think about it, so what would make this happen? What is going on around me? Well, surely let me take account how many people's around me. If you keep a lot of people, it's hard to figure out. But the less you keep, I don't know. You got to use your own mind. Everybody got their own rhythm or arithmetic or whatever it is, how to be able to make their life make sense. You got to find what makes sense for you, how many people you're around. Is these all of my good people? Is this good energy when I go here? When I hang over here, when I'm with this one, do I feel good? Do they uplift my spirit? Or am I in good surroundings? Is my life getting better for being around these people or doing these things? Do I like what I'm becoming? Now, you can like everything that you're doing, because you're getting the reaction. Oh, we dancing music, we laughing, we joking it up, screwing it up. Now, when you're not breaking no rules, and you're not crossing no boundaries. You're not breaking no lines. You're not becoming a Judas. You're not doing certain things to deceive anybody, to hurt somebody, and as long as they can't see. And if you sneaking, you a slime and you a snake, oh, you're gonna get bitten by everything you are. Everything that you is and everything we put out is what we get back. If you bite and you growl like a bear and you're a big grizzly, but you soft as baby's milk and you sweet as honey, got a little sugar, but you yell loud. You talk proud. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. Those ones that bark the most, they are the smallest, scariest people that you want to know because they gotta talk loud. They gotta say that they better. They gotta show something why they better than something. They gotta prove something, and then the provers tell you that the original one, oh, you don't gotta boast and say, well, you if you good, you don't have to say you good. Those ones, they have the nerve. Everybody knows them. They'll tell you after they've been the whole mess, but they're gonna tell you to project what they feel about you. So, in a way that, like, if you're not smart and to know that, nah, nigga, or no, sis, I don't live like that. That's not my spirit. I'm not going to let you place that on me when I know I was trying to help you and I'm trying to bring you up. Or anybody that cared about somebody and they played in your face or they did certain things and you just watched them. And yeah, I'm going to watch you do all the wrong things. And I'm going to tell you not to do it. I'm saying, I don't think, listen, I don't appreciate that. It's not a good look. I'm gonna give you a pull up. You don't like it? It sounds too cool. Sound too polite. Because anybody else would have been like, mother effer and get the hell. You ain't going. So because I don't respond like that, it seems like I'm soft. It seemed like you soft. Why? Because people like us seem to be taking advantage of you. Short, you got a big mouth. You need to shut up. They need something to shut you up. They need something that's trying to humble you from being you. How? Think about it. You want somebody to be quiet or to make themselves small because they are being who they are. They quiet. They don't like a lot of problems. I like peace. Peace. That means that enjoying, laughing, being in whatever that is. Now, whatever I say, I know that it's going to be used. Oh, now I know. If you could break God, this is for the people that believe that they could break something and find something that's breakable in me. Oh, let's break her peace. She cares about that. Oh, let's take her kid or do something. Well, how about that? If all those things was happening and they happened and I'm still smiling because I can still smile like that and I can still say like this and I'm going to still talk like that and I'm going to tell you like this. If you attacking something that didn't attack and you're trying to break something that you can't break because then you have to take the most high out of me and that's not happening. That's impossible. It would never be. So that's the only way. If somebody's thinking of a strategy, let me see if I could show. I'm just saying it's some tactics that people will use. It doesn't matter as long as you know to expect it. You don't have to worry about what it is. Expect that something is happening. Somebody, if they're already deceived or whatever, and somebody want to challenge you, you're always going to have haters because something, you can't have haters if it ain't nothing to hate about. If you was nothing, then please mind your business. Go live your own life. If I'm not bothering you, I'm not studying nobody. I don't care about what somebody else is trying to do. I'm not worrying about what somebody's trying to do to me. You're trying to make me stuck. It's going to be a time where you're going to have to stop. And everybody going to have to learn that's the wrong way because it only ends up hurting ourselves. Because when we don't take account, let me stop and think if I want something and it's not working or I'm not feeling better, then what would be the what y'all people like smart? Use that word smart. I like intelligence because that's way more than that. That gives you some type of wisdom. That's that's more than knowledge. Knowledge is just knowing something, but wisdom is actually experiencing and having the knowledge and the wisdom to use it. Now you got all three things. Now you should be able to diffuse why you should stop feeling a certain way if it ain't working. If it's not making you feel better, oh, it make me feel better when I crush somebody when they lose. I don't want them to have nothing happy for themselves. I don't want them to have nothing. Now think about if you have a family, if you have any siblings or any kids that you care about, anything that you hold dear to you, and the ones that think about making somebody else miserable, and you have a family that you supposed to care about, and you care about the other one that got a family, but you don't care about the other one that has a family just like you. Or if you want that woman or you want that man to hurt, you want something taken away, you want them to hurt. You was already hurt. Wasn't you the person being the hurter? If you already was the person causing pain, and by that person not bowing down or not going a certain way to whatever the pain was supposed to be, and it's not happening that way, and you get angry and mad at the same thing that you feel that you should still get sent something for your pain that you caused. You still want something good to come out of your own pain that you caused in your own misery to an innocent person. You have got to be the foolish persons that ever exists in all eternity of all living, because this is an example of why people would not need to start thinking. A person that's angry and causing pain, killing or destroying, don't want nothing to be happy, but they got a family, they got people they care about, but they're not thinking that whatever I'm saying and putting out, and if I put it out to the wrong person, I'm taking a gamble. Russian roulette. You might get away with some, but you're not going to get away with all. And guess what? You just lost one. You might have some, but you just lost one. It's so silly. How come when it's all done, did you really think I would really stay dumb? Did you really think I would know where I come from? I said, well, you may be taking shots. She seems like she's glowing. No, I learned that I love myself. So I was made to be important. If everybody loved themselves, people that didn't, somebody was sent to love you because of that. And because you didn't find grace in someone, that if you lost something, then the Lord surely would send someone to replace that. You didn't have to buy, you don't have to run around to try to get it. You don't have to go to somewhere. You need to either you go in your scriptures or you go within and you say to yourself, oh, surely I'm worthy of getting past my obstacles that I already came from. I've seen some things that I shouldn't have got through. Why do I think I cannot get through many more if I just take it one step at a time? I'm amazed at myself. I'm like, you're the strongest person I know. And I'm like, if I didn't know me, I'd be amazed. Like, if I didn't know me, I'm like, I would want to know me. I'm like, I want to know a person like you. You dependable, you loyal, you just a good spirit, a good energy to be around. You just fun, you uplifting. It's not many like you. And you're strong. How do you get through the things you get through? I don't know. I'm puzzled, but I see why everybody. I said, damn, I would want to get to know me, but I ain't know on that level. I wouldn't want to hurt nobody to get to know a person like me. I wouldn't want to deceive that person. I just want to be close. I want to be I want to be your friend. I want to be a doctor or somebody that got to know you. It's hard to get to want to know, and you should see yourselves in that way, my people. Find something about yourself that make you delight in the way that God see you, because the things that make us that we think that is broken, or the mistakes, or oh, I did the wrong thing, I shouldn't have took that baby out, I should have not hurt this woman's child, or whatever it is. Somebody take their kid to the daycare and they got crack or drugs there, or somebody misplaced, or somebody mistreated somebody's kid, or somebody mistreated their own kid, somebody didn't look out for that child, somebody didn't report something they should have did, somebody didn't do their job. It's too many misfits. It's too many people that's making believe that they hate somebody, but they're not nowhere as clear or as close as being perfect, but they pointing a finger and looking down at other people for their flaws. But as long as you don't know theirs is closed behind doors. They got big people to keep they covers closed, to keep the sheets covered. Don't open up the curtains. Don't let the sun in, but too late. The sun and the moon is peeking and saying, I see you. I know what you do under the moon. I see what you do under the sun. The sun shines on the moon, let you know what you're doing at night, playing under the sun, playing under the moon at night, doing strange things, calling and doing strange noises, calling in the moonlight. What is those? Those are transformers. Yes, do they transform? They transform into something that you never want to see. They got a different side. And then you think you got a dark side. Everybody got them, especially ones that live in the dark shadow. They operate that way, but they smile out loud. In the daylight, they look nice. You can't pretend to be this. You gotta be everything you are. You can see my face, right? I shouldn't be here. So because I am, you gotta give proof and say that God is a power that exists. There's no other power that's greater than the power that is supposed to exist in you, and it's called yes, I am who I am. I'm just me. I like living like I like caring about people that care. I like caring about life. Somebody don't care about life. Those are pro. I'm pro life. And I told somebody, you tell people you pro life and demons come and want to take that from you. Don't want you to have nothing. Don't have no life. Don't have nothing. I don't want you to be past me. I don't want you to be smarter. I don't want you to be better, because they don't want to live a different life, because that means that the life that they was all told to live as Christians or whatever you want to call yourself, and you was practicing something else. Not everybody that go to church do something else. Some people is believers, but how many of you are paying attention? How many times you go in your pocket or your pocketbook and put money in an envelope or go up to the altar because they say it's a new speaker and you got to give thanks and let the Lord, they done share a wonderful word. You want to give them a blessing. Do you think that it's by remission if people on the street ask for $1 or ask for something, you won't even go in your pocket for them? But how many of us go double dip 3 or 4 times in that morning, the afternoon, Sunday school, what they got it, Bible study? They ask for a collection all the time. It's collecting. And giving money, you could go in your pocket effortlessly, not even thinking if it's going to come back. Oh, I'm in the Lord's house, I'm doing. But if somebody on the outside really needed it, it's a problem. Now think about how effortlessly do you think, as many of us are on our own conscience, we got bills, we got other things that we need to do. How many times you going to keep going in your pocket consciously, giving up something that you're not even giving back, and it's not helpful in your own community? You go with a problem. Oh, let's pray, Sister Jane, unless you're in a clique. And that clique, guys, got come with some gains. So either that, you better learn who you are, because you have to know the difference from real and the fake. And the fake know who's the real. Those are the ones that's going to give you the problems, because they're like, oh, you making us look bad. No, you made yourself look bad because it was your own choice. You chose to go that way. If you picked that route and that lane, surely you would have to be. If you started on an even page, then you was going the right way. You went off track. Who told you to go off track? What deceive us? That's not for some. That's for all. Who told us to go the wrong way? What made us think that that was the good way? If to hurt somebody or to lead them, or to hurt somebody, or to do something deceitful or betrayal of many, and to have someone to still show mercy and have peace, to still be angry and bitter and happy at the same time. But that demon won't let you let that in, because that means you will have to confront your fears and have to stand up and say, okay, I'm ready to go one right way. I'm finished of being confused and being, what if somebody say something about me? All these covens, all they do is have sex with each other, and it's sickening. And they do all kinds of things under the sun, and they all kinds of things that we can't imagine. Babies, the things that they have to offer up to sacrifice just to have a decent life. And they make the people that work hard, that actually is about that life, living in the right way look like you don't deserve nothing or you don't want more because you chose to do it in a way where you don't want to compromise yourself. So because you don't want to compromise yourself, it looked like you don't want more. You don't want better for yourself. You don't want more. You're not thirsty because you're not going out like everybody else. You need to learn. I learned I'm not nobody else. I don't have to care the way everybody else care about having a house. Doing you want a house or you want to upgrade, you want to do this. I can want to do a lot of things, but I'm not willing to do everything to get it a certain way because if that's the way everybody else do it, why do somebody else get penalized because they have a different mindset than you or than the others? If that's the case, then so be it. Let them sit with each other because those are ones that be like, damn, I shoulda, coulda. I shoulda just thought, just see if it could make me feel better about where I used to feel. If I just saw myself in a different way. Let me just see if I could just turn my thinking around. Let me see if I can raise my frequency. Let me see if I could just think positive and actually feel it and believe it. I don't have to make believe that I'm proud of something that I'm not. If you with something or anybody going the other way, and it said, if the Lord sent a woman into your life for the people with the same sex and people with that's opposite heterosexual, every sexual I'm talking to, if a man sent a woman into your life for the masculines, I'm saying, if a if the Most High sends a woman in your life as a man, and you are on the other side, or you're on both sides, or on any side, and you're not sure, and you get a woman, a caring woman that is sent in your life. Now, be careful because you got some that make believe and they just want to see if they can turn you around, if they can make you go straight and all that. They got time to play games and let me see if I can turn this man from being gay and make him straight again. And let me see if I can break her down. Or the men do it to the woman that's a lesbian. Let me see if I can make her straight and see if it can, whatever. And then play all these stupid games with their bodies, with their spirits, their energies, and the things that they take for granted, and the things that the Lord said, why would you use your bodies to make fun at me? And then you say that you love me and you ask for forgiveness, but then your spirit is not, well, I forgive you and I want you, but you're not really true. You still serve the other side. You're still abusive. You still want to be on both. You can only be on one. If you pick anything over me, any other power, any other source, than the righteous thing that I gave to you, and you gave it up with no remorse. Surely you can't think that you could come back to me that easily. You will have to do something for me, the same way it takes to get in, to come out of that life, a life for a life. You will have to give up this life. It's not dying physically, like somebody got to shoot you or you got to stab somebody. You will have to walk away from the people and places that was holding you in the captivated mindset that was a lie to you anyway and told you to deny love, to deny things that is good for you, deny hurt people that is good to you, see them as weak. Don't show them no fear. Show them that you care. Tell them anything that by any means at all costs. Yeah, at all costs. That's what it is. Okay, so think about what the power of the universe have when we say that. At all costs, that's at all costs or at all force. All forces that is used, whatever measure is used, is whatever measure is coming back to you. If you use sirens, and you call them mermaids or whatever it is, all of those ones from different way, water, air, wind, and fire, the sea, cemetery land, playing in the dirt, going to waking up somebody in the grave, playing with people, doing all these strange things that this world let happen, and then to say, God, we trust. They lie. They lie. Why do you listen to them and forgive upon yourself and let these people in your family tell you the things and they sit closer to you? Push them out because then they'll poison the rest. If you got to sit by yourself to be in your own peace and you can have less, but you got everything because you got peace of mind and you ain't got to feel stressed because you don't let things go and you did it to save you because those rest of those ones didn't want to save their soul. They didn't want to listen. They didn't want to be told about nothing. You seem different. You must be a demon. You must be all these things. How? If I said that I care about you and I'm still showing love to you, surely I can't be what it's called if somebody's actions is louder than their words. Which one? If somebody's speaking with love and that's what they are, you're not going to speak something that you're not. It's got to come out some type of way. If you bitter in any type of way, wouldn't you be able to hear the bitterness if a person and myself was bitter? I don't want people to hurt because they hurt me. I want you to get back what you need so you can look at it and say, I can be better than what I used to be. I didn't know that I was being deceived. It didn't seem like that. It didn't seem like it was a big deal. Of course not. Until you get your get back. And the get back is the people that didn't appreciate people that was in their life. If you sabotage any good person, you dismiss them. And then you wonder why. And if you did that consecutively and you didn't correct yourself, you never said, wait a minute. That happened to me. Somebody made me feel. And if it made you feel like that, then you should think about, did I make somebody else feel? I must have did that to somebody. Or such and such must have felt this way. Damn. I made them feel this way because I'm feeling it. Now I'm feeling it. Should you have a mind and a heart to address that person better? Would you think that you should still talk smart? You should still talk like you should do one better? Or should you be careful with that person that offer you a peace of mind, of healing, or sharing, or any type of way? Be careful with those ones you dismiss, because those are ones you're going to wish that was close. Because those are the ones we're going to be like, damn, when you left with all the ones you gave up the good ones for, and you wanted to be in the fast life, and now you left with the fast-minded people. They cannot help you to be better than them if they knew nothing better than you. They might say, well, if you feel different, they can encourage you and say, well, if you feel like you want to try something, then go ahead and do it. And if you need to be inspired by people that's less inspired than you, but they sound like they can be something, but they can't, they got the same mind as you. How can they make you grow? How can they tell you to be better than you, to challenge you in yourself? They can't. You would have to rely and say, I am ready to grow. And the people that I'm here with, or the things that I used to care about, I don't care about them. It's not the same passion. I'm ready to grow. Until each being gets to that, it's not nobody's fault that you decided to give up on yourself or to use yourself in the lowest way. Think about something. Think about why I should care about myself. Do I need to give myself away? Let somebody earn you. Let them come to you on their own. You shouldn't have to do things and pour things in their coffee, put things in their food to make somebody come to you. If you have to bend somebody rules, you want to play God, you want to be the God of them, and you can't even be the God of you. If you was, then you don't need for a woman to make a man to come to you. You don't need to steal somebody's man to break up somebody's family. You shouldn't have to do these things to get pregnant by somebody else's man to say, look what I did. I took your man from you. Now he's with me for life. And look what I done to you. So if these things that happen and you think about all the things that there could be, that person don't deserve nothing because they didn't deserve nothing about themselves. So they choose the lesser route. And they really ashamed, but they don't want to talk about it. So they do things and have shiny things around them and have parties and write people and families come around. And this is how families have celebrations. Oh, we having a cookout. We coming over here. Everybody coming. Oh, we going to do a fundraiser. And some people's invited, some not. The ones that everybody that got some dirt on themselves, those are the ones that stick together. It's called trauma bond. Why are you traumaing and bonding over trauma? Shouldn't you want to heal from it? You should want to encourage the person. No, we need to work on getting better. We should overcome whatever addictions it is. And if you can't overcome with the ones you with, you need to find somebody that you can overcome with. And if you can't be an overcomer, then stay where you at. The person mind shouldn't be limited. Well, I'm going to see, make sure you don't get nothing. And I'm going to stop that person. I'm going to make them slip. The men get jealous because the woman want to move on because you wasn't shit. I mean, if you ain't put nothing, you wasn't about nothing, how you get mad if somebody want better? If a man see a woman that she ain't doing nothing and he wants better, why won't you let that man go? Unless you want to grow to be something, that you already had time with. After a certain amount of time and the case is closed and that cycle ends, it's a done deal. You must move on. You should want to move on to let that person earn you. If they can't earn you, then never mind. You wasn't never mind. I mean, if I was a never mind to you, you too. That's not being ignorant. That's being just. It means that if I meant less to you at the time or whoever, that's how you should pay your mind to see certain some way. Somebody don't respect your time and the things you've been through or what you put in, no matter who it is. After you done did it and you said that's enough, then make peace with it. And then that's it. If they didn't appreciate it and you did what you needed to do because you know why you needed to do it, and you glad that you did, it's not your fault if people don't learn to appreciate it. That means that they would have to say to themselves when life don't offer that no more. Damn, I didn't need to do that. I wish I would have done it another way. I had it and I let it slip away. Let them sit with themselves because they can't say they never had it. That's why you give it and give it good because they need to see that it's something that is pure and they thought it was funny or something that you was just a genuine person out here in this world for men and women. If you was one of those men and you was genuine to this woman and she thought that she should mess around with your friends and laugh in your face and do all these things and break from you and be crummy and you find out that her spirit ain't right, don't be her. Let her go. She's already beat up. Her spirit is already broken. She already feel low inside. No matter how great she look, if your soul is broken and you got to use your body and you broken down in pride, and somebody don't want to accept you for being the strength you are, if that man don't love that woman, and if that man can't get himself right, and he got to make you chase after him, that man is not a man. That man is broken. If a man can't decide out of all the women that they run around, oh, he's a player. No, he's a hider. Most of them, that's not for all of y'all. So if don't get offended if it don't apply. But for most of them, if they playing around with a whole bunch of women, a lot of times they hide it. They more if they more with their homeboys or they could get along with their male friends. Oh, I'm going with my home. Yeah. If they know how to treat their men friends and they can't talk to you as a woman, they can't say, "Hey baby, what's going on, sweetie?" But they could say that to their homeboys. "Hey baby, what's up?" But you can't even get that on the phone as a good morning. "Hey, baby. Hey, queen." Or, "Hey, Donna," whatever. And to your king, it should be the same. If that woman don't know how to address you as a king, she's not cleansed in her spirit. That means that she's capable of doing things to hurt you. So expect it. If it doesn't start right and it's not respected, I respect this man. He's a respectable man. He respects me. He uplifts me. She's uplifted. I support her because she's supportive. If you don't have a purpose and it's just that we got something in common, if you don't find something more than you just have in common, we like the same tea, we like the same coffee, or we eat the same food, we have the same sex drive, we have this in common, we think about politics and the world the same. Those people are worldly and they are worldly common. And if you get with somebody that is other than that, or that used to be that, but they know more, think like that, and that person mindset can't keep up. Now everybody else around them is mad because they're like, well, who you getting juice on? You can't teach the teacher that somebody that you getting it from. You can make believe, you can steal from them, you can try to use their words, you could try to use it in a way, but when the real ones show up and be like, you can kind of see, you like, oh, I see where you get it from. You ain't get all that. You ain't even know nothing like that. You couldn't talk about being somewhere from out of this world. You gotta be someone. You gotta be somewhere. You gotta get through something. You don't just get that. Somebody gotta share that with you, because who you get it from. And somebody said, well, who you get it from? I got it from that one. Who's that one that all of us pray to that said, these are mine. These are my chosen ones. They chose to listen to me. That's what make us chosen. Now, somebody don't want to understand that. That's too bad. I don't care. Run the tape and listen to it again. It's the ones that chose themselves to listen to the God that's already working in them and said, go. Keep going. You're going to cry. You can cry through it. You can lay down. You can go and fight through it. Either way, long as you don't lose your way and you don't give up on me, you don't choose anything that's going to make you feel safe or happy temporarily. I'm your one. I'm your best. What will we do to give to our best that give us life? even in the dark side, even them can make peace with somebody like yourself, like myself. I can make peace with both. Why? I'm not there to hurt you. I'm not trying to afflict you. I'm not trying to play no games with you. We can be and make peace. You get something which is healing, and then you can heal, and now you can stop being mad. But you would have to give up worldly things, order to be on this side, to sit next to me. That everybody should feel that way. That all the chosen ones, I'm speaking for us, we already understand what I'm saying. If you can't move yourself up and you can't get yourself right, then you cannot sit in the righteous. You just don't belong. You would have to be proven. If you was going against the believer that believes, already knowing that you already know, because everybody said that you already, everybody know who really the true God is, got power over both. So why would you go against that one that give you life because you don't like who it is or what you going up against? Then stay a coward. But please understand that you can't be both. You're going to come against somebody that's real, and it's going to be it's just going to be that. Everybody gets that from grade school, elementary school, in the life, in the store, in your little clique, in your group. Somebody going to have a fight. Somebody going to challenge somebody. Somebody going to be like, no, girl, you ain't right. Or homeboy, no. So what you talking about? Somebody going to come against somebody that's the truth. And the person that knows the truth, that's about that life and about telling people, if you wrong, tell that person they wrong. If you lied, then tell that person they're lying and be able to prove that lie is a lie. If you can't prove that lie is a lie or it didn't happen, then you cannot have permissible proof to say anything, because you can say, well, how you got proof if you can't prove it either? No, a person that don't have that is a little bit different when you're not here. When okay, you have intuition, whatever it is that you know for yourself, and you know how the Lord works with you. That's not for everybody. This is for the ones that is tapped to their nature, and they already know who their guides is, and they already know how they get their information revealed to them. Everybody knows what is going on for the ones that do, and knows how to get certain things. And even if we don't know, we know how to just send it back wherever else it needs to go. Because if it ain't from you, it don't have no business there. If you ain't from the Most High, your spirit ain't right. Your spirit ain't coming right. And whatever energies that's being sent, and it's not of you, and you feel your body's feeling different, or your head is tingling, or you, these are people that's doing magic on your mind. They try to body swap and trying to take somebody's destiny, trying to do certain things in this life, to do things to people, to do those things. This been happening for a long time, for centuries, that's doing certain things. So when we see people that's doing dark things and they shouldn't be doing it, stop doing it. It's forbidden to do that, because it's a such thing that we got to stop wanting to hurt other people if we don't want to be hurt. So I'm gonna leave it right there. Stop hurting other people if you don't want to be hurt. Find the things that make us smile. Enjoy the things that make us proud. Sing the songs that make you sing. Find the beauty in everything that joy brings, even in the pain. Find something of that pain that make you feel stronger than whatever is happening to you. Get excited because something got to be good that's going to happen to you. If you feel in pain or if you feeling sad, whatever you're going through is for a purpose. Welcome it. Count it all joy, because whatever it is trying to prepare you and teach you to die of your old version of yourself. We should be able to die many times. Every time we rebirth ourselves to be a newer part of ourselves for those that did, those that never grew up. And it's sad if they stayed in a lifestyle or a life minded a mindset for over 30 in their 60s and 70s, and their mind is that way, and they can't find a reason to embrace themselves, to accept a different way. For people that stay by themselves, a lot of times we get accustomed. We don't want to change. Oh, I don't want no man telling me what to do. I've been taking care of myself. You have to be able to know when you have a helper to help you or to receive. Do you know when to change, when your story or your season change for you? Do you know when to do it? You don't need to change until it presents itself, but be able to prepare your mind. Am I capable of letting someone do something that, for can I trust that the Lord is going to send the right one? I don't know, but you better be your own right one if you don't get sent nothing. If you never get sent nothing, you better be proud of yourself and say, I got to count on myself. I don't know. Even if you don't know how to figure it out, you got to count on yourself to trust that you're going to use your mind for such a thing to figure something out. Even if you don't know, talk to some righteous people. You may not be able to talk to everybody, but I have some good people that I can talk to, that I do listen, that I can interact with. Either way, what I'm saying, have some joy. Be your own celebration. Bye for now.